I'm doing well, trying to stay cool amongst all this heat, but overall, excited to be casting some League of Legends. Hopefully the fire on the Rift matches the heat that we're having in Chicago right now. How exciting though, learning how to ride a motorcycle. Oof, I'd be nervous.
Here we go. Now my microphone's gonna be going through.
On stream?
Yeah, on stream.
Oh,
so,
wonderful.
Because I had it set to the voice changer microphone, so I'm talking for no reason. Now it was working. For the D&D shoutcast, I had my voice changer set up for the microphone. So like my voice didn't have to go through my regular microphone. It went through like the software. But whatever. It's working now. That's what matters.
In, he had a great intro, had a really cool story that you missed, so
It did. You know what? I did the exact same thing for the D&D shoutcast too. Like the first 5 minutes are just complete radio silence but that wasn't my fault. The settings reset in OBS and it wasn't set to my headphones anymore. So I'm just having a rough time producing lately. I need to stop touching my stuff. I need to stop adjusting settings and just leave it the frick alone. But those of you guys who didn't hear me, welcome back to week 8 of League of Legends CMSA League.
Week 8 of 9.
8 of 9.
Back so last week.
9. We're gonna have 9, and then we're gonna have the invitationals. I think we do Pearl first, and then we do Ruby. If we did the same thing as last year. Those are closed now, so the teams have been decided, and we're gonna find those out next week. I'm very excited to hear if anyone volunteered to do some shoutcasting, or who those people are going to be. I mean, the future shoutcasters of stuff.
CMSA eSports, make your voice heard. Let us know. Please sign up. I love having the community on here for the invitationals. It makes it so special. And you get that inside insight to each of the teams and each of the picks.
Oh, there's the invite. This week we're going to be following the Pearl League. So we're going to start by following Vladimir's team. Lobby is full. Let me in. Let me. We're following Lad's team, and then we're going to do the new format, which includes following the winners. So we will see all the winners. Someone needs to move to the spectator spot so I can come in. I'll message him real quick. Where is Vladimir? It's full. Typing. I type so fast and so incorrectly that my spelling is almost never right.
I'm the same way. It just is complete gibberish on the keyboard, but you can barely see it.
I said spectator.
Spectator, please.
And I think I'm glitched out.
Oh, you would not be the first one to be glitched out in League of Legends today. There was a massive break of what is the? Well, here, let me pull it up. Vanguard earlier today. Seems like everything is settled, so hopefully the games go through without a problem.
Relog into the client because I am just a cannon minion trying to play a game by myself, apparently. Close out of the right client. You know, it wouldn't be a League of Legends stream without a little bit of technical difficulties.
A little bit, yeah.
Just a little bit, Something to keep us on edge.
Nothing that throws everything off, just delays it by a few minutes. We still see some great games.
I'm logging back in now. I need to just set this to auto log me in, but I got hacked a long time ago, and ever since I've just manually typed in my password every single time because I don't want to be hacked anymore. Realistically, that probably doesn't help, but I'd do it anyways. Did you buy the Ari skin?
I'm waiting for someone to gift it to me.
Mm-hmm. Bet. Let me just pull up my credit card.
Yeah.
You deserve it.
Hint, hint. No.
Hint,
I
hint.
didn't even play Ari. No, I have
I used to
not.
play
I
a
haven't even
ton
seen
of
it,
Ari.
actually. Have you seen it in game?
I have not. I haven't played, I don't think, a single game of League of Legends in the past 2 weeks.
Oh, really?
I've been bouncing between games. I was on Sea of Thieves. It was recently community weekend, so this past weekend was double gold, double experience. So I had to grind that for the weekend. And then Final Fantasy 14 has their new expansion coming out in 2-ish weeks. So I pre-ordered that and got the XP boost until then. So now I'm grinding that. Just very busy, you know. There's a lot to keep up with in the gaming world. What are our team names, by the way?
We've got. We're watching Pearl, Vladimir, right? Vlad's team. So
Yes.
the Zyra Zaddies taking on Viger's Vixen.
Zyra Zaddies and Vigar's Vixens. Zyra Zaddies, we got double leadership. We got Vladimir and Gunny, Machine Gun Kirby, Taco Loki, and Toaster RN. Looks like we got Omega Sub RN as a sub. Oh, no, that's Toaster RN. Okay, gotcha. Crisscross, applesauce. And then on Vigar's Vixens, we got Jellyfish, Frosty Penguins, Highlight, Jogon, and Psy Hero. Doesn't look like we've got any subs on their team. So, mostly people we've all seen before. Already calling it. It's going to be a Zyra ban, Twitch ban.
Probably, yeah.
There's
a lot of... Do you have to throw a Yi ban? I mean, it's hashtag ban Yi over there.
Definitely Yi ban. They just slightly nerfed Master Yi. They made it so that his jungle clear is a little bit slower, and they made it so that the cooldown on his heal is a little bit longer, just so he's a little less, hey, you can't kill me, and I can just move at the speed of light. Just a little bit less. But I'm sure it's not going to affect Gunny in the least. He still would be that insane carry on Master Yi. Like, Queen of Despair said the same thing as I did. Do you have that $500 skin? Omega said yes.
Oh no! Someone on this in the chat has the stream.
I
or
guess
has the skin. Ooh! All right, I need to see it.
Oh, that's right.
Ball.
Looking back at the chat, Backov was the first one here today. He said first. Poor John was beaten to it. John says second, but really I was first in spirit. They clearly Shade said turd. And then I told them, sounds like we need to have a battle to the death to decide who's going to be there first. Because, you know, that's how we settle things in CMSA. Benjamin Highlife said, good luck tonight, everyone. And Calamity says, good luck, have fun. I don't know what the DD stands for. And then CMSA eSports, which I'm assuming Vladimir says, wee!
All right, how are we back in the...
We are back in. I am currently in their lobby. They are, I believe, contemplating their bans right now. I think they're just about to push the ready button, and...
Okay, can I see the action?
Oh, that's right. I have to reopen that.
Thank you so much.
Gosh darn it. Was that Blaine pushing the fart noise again?
They jumped into the pick ban phase. Oh, Yi comes out first. No surprise.
No Yi. Fart noise. Thanks, Blaine.
You know,
appreciate the contribution.
Although I can't hear it, I'm pleased to know that it's now functional and playing on stream.
Breach. It was so weird that it wasn't working that one time. He pushed it like 3 times. We just didn't hear it. No Lysandra. There's the Zyra ban. Now we just gotta see the Twitch ban. Maybe they'll let Frosty actually play his main for once.
Well, what a mistake that would be. Twitch, Twitch is just in such a good position right now.
There he goes.
I mean, all the ADCs are in good position, but I think Twitch is definitely premium if you can play him.
Yeah, for sure. I know Frosty had been working very hard on expanding their champion pool because they knew that they were going to be banned out every single game. So they were like, okay, I've had enough. I'll play somebody else. And they were touching up on Kog'Maw, Callista. I want to say Tristana was on the list, but I'm not sure. John just subscribed for 4 months in a row. Thank you, John.
Thank you, John.
Woo! Where's my rainbow flags? It's Pride Month. Wee. Give me one. Give me one, Sam. I know you got them.
Oh, here. One for me. One for you.
Thank you. Wee! No Alawi and no brand. Okay. Very valid picks. She made it!
Happy Pride, everybody.
Waving the Pride flags.
Lux is on lock.
Yeah, no homophobic Lux spans. Let's zoom out a little bit. My face is a little too big. There we go. I need to sit up too. And Gunny Hartman gifted tier 1 sub to Benjamin High Life. Woo! And we have a hype train coming. Hype. I swear to God, if this Ari is playing the skin.
What a statement to get on stream, to take the skin.
Everyone's gonna start contacting them for sugar daddy money.
Yeah.
Now that you got the skin, you have to gift everyone in CMSA the skin as well. So bust out that wallet. Got a Misfortune pickup as well. We're 65% of the way there on the hype train. Got a sub, gift, or use bits to get to the next level. Oh, we're up to 95. 95% because Joe Gun just subscribed with the Gunny's gifted sub. Woo! We're so close. 4% more. Hype. Malzahar. Lucian.
Okay. Some damage
I don't think I've ever seen
coming
Frosty
through.
play Lucian.
Not on
Interesting.
stream. It's a new. I mean, Frosty's made it to the stream a few times, never featuring Lucian. So very
100% on the hype train. Woo! Jogon gifted a tier 1 sub to Bucky Jr. Woohoo!
Thank you, Jogon.
So hype. And Belveth. And this isn't Jules Belveth, so I've got my critical pants on.
Yeah, but it's gonna be Gunny, so has always brought something to the table.
Right. Have we seen? I feel like we've seen Gunny play Belveth one time.
Oh, has it? Perhaps.
I think once. I could be wrong, but I think there was one time.
I think you're right.
The sound that Sona makes when she's banned out. Brum, 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 just banging on the harp. We are level 2 in the hype train, 25%. We got 4 minutes left. You want to bump it up to level 3? Jogon's gifted a total of 24 subs in the channel. Thank you, Jogon. You are a GODDESS. That bitch is a goddess.
How'll be fuddling.
How'll be fuddling. No Skarner, no Heimerdinger. Still looking for some tanks here. Give me a tank. That Lux Lucian lane is going to be a pain in the tuchus. Although
Yeah,
if this Morgana is on point with her black shields, then it might just shut that down. To be honest, she kind of needs Lux needs to lane that snare in order for Lucian to really go in there and pop off maximum damage.
Yeah, there's. I mean, the shield will help, but I mean normally you're looking to play it more with the enchanter style. So yeah, you're right. The snare is going to be pivotal to making this lane work, and Morgana can kind of
double doggo
take that away. Wicked Nasus. They have their end game win condition over on Vager's Vixens.
So we want a little bit of early game, we want a little bit of mid game, we want a little bit of late game.
Yeah, you can definitely see that. See Malzahar
A
take
what?
a Vager on to Zyra Zaddy's. But they also
Vager
have
top?
Ari. So
they're going stacks on stacks on stacks in the top lane?
that's how you answer. You know, I've not seen how that lane would play out if it turns out to be Vager into Nasus, but that would be
Yeah.
something.
Oh, Frosty is going top. He plays Nasus top side, so we've actually got Highlight in the bot lane.
Highlight, okay, moving that around.
Interesting. Well, based off of what you see so far, I know I already have opinions, but let's hear yours first.
I will say I'm a little concerned for Zaddy's ability to tank because they don't have one. However, they do have some like very, very real pick potential. The Vagar cage can do a lot of zoning if someone like Warwick tries to like dive onto the back line or if Nasus is coming. So, and then obviously that layers well with the Misfortune ultimate. But overall, I think that a lot of times in this sort of position, I'm just looking at which side has a little bit easier time executing. And for me, that really comes down to Viger's Vixens. They get to just run at your face with Nasus and Warwick. They have a very kind of clear angle. Lux and Malzahar are going to provide some like high bursts, some point and click. So, and then the Malzahar is there to kind of answer Gunny's Bel'Veth if Bel'Veth is the one trying to dive in and do anything. So I think I'm leaning towards Viger's Vixens here in the pregame.
Yeah, I feel the exact same. You know, when I'm looking at these team comps, I'm thinking, okay, what's the win condition here? And with Zyra Zaddy's, the win condition is every single one of them becoming extremely fed and winning like by the mid game. Like, I think that's the only way they're gonna be able to win. Because if they get into the late game, Vigar is really the only one who's gonna scale into that late game, and he doesn't have any kind of protection, like almost none. So I don't think he's gonna be able to carry into the late game, despite being a scaling champion. Then we look at Vigar's Vixens. They've got all the tools for each phase of the game for the most part. Like, they've got some really good zoning for the early game. They've got some really great burst damage. Once they get to the mid game, Warwick starts getting his items going. Malzahar's got his ultimate to really lock down any of the big threats. And then when you get to your later game, Nasus is going to be huge, whether we like it or not. And then Lux could be at the point where she's able to burst down basically everybody on that team because they're all so squishy. So I don't see it going in the favor of Zyra Zaddy's unless there's very, very, very specific conditions met here. And they're going to be really hard to get.
I think if Zyra Zaddy's is to have success, it's going to be on the back of pick potential. You've got kind of Vager to play with, you've got Ari's Charm, you've got the long snare from Morgana, and then obviously high bursts from every member of the team, sans perhaps Bel'Veth, to follow that up with. And so if they can keep the vision, get ahead early, and kind of maintain a stranglehold on the vision so that they can set up those picks, I think that could be one way that they kind of go into a victory here in round number 1.
Oh, my webcam went away. Let me in. There we go. I think my biggest concern with the Viger top side is he's going to get stuck up there. If he doesn't stay up there, Nasus is going to split into the base. If he does stay up there, he's not going to be much into the fights. That is Immortalized Legend Ari. Oh my god. That's it. Everyone hit up Omega Sub right now for Daddy Money. We're all getting the Ari skin.
I hope the whole team just banded together to make that happen.
Yeah, the fact that I've never seen a skin move in the loading screen, so it's really trippy right now for me, especially because it's giving me like Sea of Thieves water in the background, which makes me motion sick. It's just like
it's like it's a flag effect. It's like a glistening. I'm just gonna stare at it the whole time because I haven't seen it before.
Yeah, we're in for a treat today, that's for sure.
And now you've got to show off here.
Now, if you don't carry, we're gonna read you for spending so much money and not winning with the skin.
and that is Toaster on that.
Yes, Omega Sub RN is Toaster.
Oh, RN. Okay, there it is. The Toaster
yes.
RN. Okay.
The RN matches.
All right, Toaster.
Yeah, come on, Toaster, carry us. But yeah, like I was saying, Vigar is gonna get stuck up top. If he doesn't, they're gonna lose.
right, let's
And
see
if
the
he
loading.
does go up top, then
Yes, I mean I agree. I think this Vigar Nasus. I have no idea how this plays out. So we'll see what Lad decides to do with it as everyone moves onto the rift, getting in position.
Welcome to Summoner's
I'm just like,
Rift.
follow Ari around. Just click direct to camera Ari. There you go.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
following Ari and only Ari. There, and those look good. Flash us some emotes. Is she going top? She's going top. Oh, Lord Jesus.
Oh, they've called for it. Okay, so looking to show off here. Toaster RN. Ari top.
I do love the synchronization with skins. We got purples and pinks.
It's really the first team building exercise that you're going to go through in CMSA eSports. Okay, I think I finally got it removed around here. And they are off.
I already know Frosty is over there like, what the heck is this? It's either gonna go really well for him or really bad.
The onus is definitely on this Ari to harass. You've got the early advantage, obviously, just being a ranged character. And your auto attacks, though important, are not going to be key. So Wither isn't as effective here against the AP matchup. And right away, Toaster put down some harass, but it's still very early in this lane. And Belva and the junglers pathing opposite to one another. Taco Loki moving
Big
forward.
damage, holy cow! Going down! That Lucian Lux combination, hey, hold still for about 1 second and die.
Yeah, and they had level 2. I mean, it was just textbook. You gotta respect that if you're in the bot lane.
You know, probably my least favorite thing about League of Legends right now is the level 2 monstrosity that is bot lane.
It's all
Whoever
about
gets it first wins the game.
Yeah, you got to just hard respect, back off, and I mean, you sit at your tower, and you can pick it up.
Ari did take a turret shot, so that kind of evens out the health pools.
Oh, Lucian coming around back with 2 long swords. Highlight is going to be able to bully really hard here for the next few minutes.
Ari was putting down the damage, but you know that mana pool is starting to get a little lower. Might not be able to do as much of the pokey poke.
The thing is now, Frosty on this Nasus is trying to step out of the lane, and without the jungle nearby to help, although Belveth has come back around. Interesting path now, finishing up topside, deliberately leaving that, so there will be an angle for Belveth to come at to gank. Looks like they're calling for Gunny to come on over. Gunny trying to look in the top lane here. Frosty, no vision.
No.
Flash charm goes wide.
Warwick's thinking about down here. They said, no, stay away.
Well respected by Taco and Machine Gun.
Ari's got no mana now, and Nasus has all the mana in the world.
Yeah, I mean that.
Oh, but he is getting ganked.
All that takes that scuttle coming right back. Goes
He's
top.
ghosted, but he's still too slow, and down
there
he goes.
it is. I think that's really important because otherwise you were going to have this Ari, no mana, pinned to turret, forced to, and not bringing teleport. So it was a very, very important kind of babysit out of the jungle there. Is Gunny picking up one for Zyra Zaddies to even out this score at one piece.
Now, Ari really said, I'm not here for rotations. I'm here to kill you. Hold still, Morgana. Take all this damage. Take it all.
Queen of Despair there, finding these bindings.
Oh!
Now, no God flashing in fear.
Oh.
Will we see
Finish him.
immortal Ari? How immortal are you?
He's
Staying
immortal.
alive for the time being.
Said, leave me alone, bad dogs. Got a dragon fight already?
Not showing up, but you, hey, Gunny, even though it's a 3v3, or even if it's a 4v3, Highlight does have a big advantage here, so both sides now gotta fight. Queen of Despair, they continue to just land those snares. But Gunny coming in, finding the knockup on Queen of Despair. Does have flash available, but it's not enough. One down here. Malzahar is moving. But not gonna find anything for Psy Hero, but it looks like it has dissuaded. Are they gonna start this up? They call, they're gonna start it up.
Oh, not the smite right off the bat. They're like, you know what? We're greeting this. Fine.
Taking the call, Warwick is top. I think it'll take more than 15 seconds. But I think they will do it quickly. They've brought the whole team up here. First dragon soon to fall. Is there any snipe available? No. Zarazadi securing.
So I'm gonna get the grubbies. Go Jogan, go!
Little voidlings of Malzahar taking down the little voidlings of the Rifts. Rift Scuttler there. Oh! They just a point and click apparently for this Lux.
Seriously. Ooh, we got a fight all the way out here. Belveth was getting greedy.
Highlight. Sniffing it out.
Run, Gunny,
Flash
run.
available.
He's gonna make it. Yep, they gave up. Or Lux didn't really. She's like, are you in there?
No ults available. If Final Spark was available, it would be, not sure how close it is to coming up, but it would be definitely fired soon. But still 2 levels away from that.
Frosty is very low. Ari doesn't have a ton of mana, but those autos are putting in work.
Continue to just go with standing there in the fire here. It does not matter, just kind of winning it. Minions included here.
Like, get away from these minions. I'm sure Nessus does have ult though, so I'm sure he's just waiting for an all-in to push R and be like, just kidding, I'm the winner of this fight. Although if he gets charmed at the right time, it could cancel out the ult before he gets to pop it off. Oh.
Big. Maybe just a little too low with those minions to try to take the all in, but you know, both sides want it. Both sides are waiting for the other to misplay.
This is a great spot for Nasus to be in. Now he can just sit here, lifesteal, farm some minions. This is the no worry zone.
You have no teleport available for this Ari, so yeah, really needing to crash this wave in the top lane. Don't let Nasus farm.
I mean, Nasus is gonna farm whether you like it or not. Oh, big Sting gets put down. He's burning. Down he goes to the auto attacks.
A solo kill for the skin difference in the top lane here.
Skin diff. Ooh. Not the support trade.
The bot laner's going for that serrated Dirk early, so the trades are kind of very even. Honestly, most lanes here are pretty even. There's a CS discrepancy kind of building in the top, or in the mid lane rather. Psy Hero doing an excellent job of farming it up.
Oh yeah, which is really unfortunate for Vigar, because he needs to be farming with that Q. And if he's half the CS of Malzahar, that means he doesn't have a ton of stacks, most likely. See what he's got. He's currently at 55 stacks.
It is hard, and you're not probably getting a whole lot or you're not able to get a whole lot against the Malzahar, who's just constantly pushing you in. So I like the game plan here from Psy Hero to just push in these waves, make it difficult for Lad to actually farm up stacks on Veigar.
It seems like either I haven't seen a whole lot of Veigar in this lane because we're so focused on like this Nasus Ahri and bot lane. But either Vladimir is farming stacks by hitting Malzahar with Qs. Oh, we got a gank. Nasus is way in deep.
And
Run,
so
doggo,
he's taking
run.
turret shots. Can you escape? There's another dog.
Oh,
One down though. Frosty falls.
careful,
Shogun
Jogon.
trying to pick another one up, but the immortal Ahri remains. Just that. 2-0 here for Toaster in the top lane. And 3 kills onto your jungle, who now, look at that, there's a void for the Void Queen herself.
Alrighty, that means it's going to be very likely even on the Grubbies. It's going to be 3 to one side and 3 to the other.
Malzahar wants something to say about this, but
He's like, I want one of those Grubbies.
it's difficult. It's so difficult to approach in this situation. One would be nice, buying time. Jogon's arriving
You get that,
here.
Jogon, you get the buff. He didn't get it.
Goes down to Vladimir. They
Oh.
flashed out. Lad trying to get away. Does not have that event horizon available.
Oh, no. Nice
Quite
flash.
yet. There it is. Cage down the way.
That was clean. That was clean on Zyrazadis.
So that just means they knotted up the rubs. 3 apiece. No one's going to have the little void mites this game.
Nope. We live for equality during Pride Month. No one gets a benefit.
And, I mean, even though the kills are 1 to 5, the gold remains very even. So,
Yeah, I mean, Veigar's
All about
Vixens are
that.
doing a solid job of farming. Like, they're definitely out farming third laners for the most part. Bot lane's pretty even. Everywhere else is not.
yeah, Tyrus Daddy's committing more to the gank angle, no farming. And unfortunately, no bullet time there as it goes just wide. Good flash
Whiff.
from Highlight.
I know Frosty isn't having the greatest time, at least as far as surviving goes, but they've still got their farm up. They're getting their stacks. I think they'll be okay once we get to the later parts of the game here. Especially after they feel like they finish an item.
I think they're although Veigar's Vixen's farming well. Ooh, there's going to be a little fight here. Highlight going up, pulling out the culling, trying to get some damage down, but forced to just run away.
Aggressivo. That is Dragon number 2 going over to Zyrazadis.
Yes.
So Zyrazadis does have the lead in kills, having 2 on the Ahri and 3 on the Bel'Veth, which are 2 of the hyper carries that basically need to be on top in order for them to win this game. And they've got 2 of the Dragons, so things are looking good for them right now. But I still think it's going to flip in the
Get
favor.
another. Oh.
Down goes Nasus.
And they get 1 and then 2 here as the fight continues. Shogun jumping in, Warwick just getting away, and now
damage.
Lost just living. So much going down. Unfortunately for the Veigar's Vixens, they're just not able to find and convert any of these kills, and so now some turret plates, some dragons, all things going in Zyrazaddy's favor, as you were saying.
And as we're all about to start finishing our first items, maybe then we'll start seeing some Veigar's Vixens getting some tankier items after they've gotten their first initial damage item. Then maybe we'll see them start crawling back into this game and surviving some of this big damage output.
Zyrazaddy is definitely playing to their strengths right now. They're being active with this Bel'Veth, getting the carries, the kills they need to succeed. And now they're making a play for this Rift Herald.
As I said, I've had enough. Come
trying to
here.
go win. Shogun on Warwick is also close.
I thought he was going to bar in. And the camera's like,
No.
no, we're going this way.
Unfortunately, that infinite dress not available for Warwick right now. But that did send Toaster back, so there's no chance to secure that rift. Gonna looking for some damage. Ooh, and
Well, I just wanted to stop him in that
trap
turret, but
goes
it didn't quite do
down.
it.
It was definitely, you could see the clicks happening, but just got the dash away.
Clear that pink. You gotta lose half your life for it, but you cleared it. Good job.
First turret to Nasus.
All right.
Up there in the top lane. He's continuing to farm. 103, 0-4, but getting the stacks that Nasus needs.
Yep, we're at the point where Nasus starts Nasusing.
Thing is, though, okay, Fury of the Sands coming through, trying to run down this immortal Ari and does it for 500. 500 gold for the $500 skin. Gunny now trying to get some vengeance onto this Nasus and does pick up the revenge kill.
Not quite at the Nasus level of 2v1, but definitely at the Nasus level where the top laner doesn't matter anymore.
You know,
Even if it wasn't Ari.
Like, I think Ari gives Nasus some trouble, but you really have to have Spirit Rush available to move away, and I hold that thought is just a 1v1 happening. Oh, just kills happening all over the map. Highlight finding a quick kill onto Machine Gun Kirby in the bot lane. Gunny trying to run for his life away from Jogan. Not sure who came away with those in that jungle camp, but everything settles down for a moment.
Doesn't feel good to have the enemy jungler harassing you in your own jungle.
But I did want to say that Nasus immediately leaning into on Toaster, because Toaster used that Spirit Rush to just kind of do damage onto the Nasus, and so then Frosty was like, okay, this is my time. Pops Spirit of the Sands, and goes on Ari, who can now no longer kite away. So I would like to see Toaster hang on to that ultimate until after Frosty commits the ult, and then you can easily time that out.
And like I was saying, Nasus did finish up his Triforce, so he's got his damage item, and already see him rushing into the Null Magic Mantle, so he said, you know what, I'm done taking damage now. It's time for you to take it.
And then really only answer to that is going to be the sustained damage from...
The collapse!
Gunny
But
here,
Belmeth
they're
is here to
going in.
answer it. The laser, not quite enough.
Just action happening all over Jogan now.
Here comes Warwick.
Mel's blood has that speed up, but cannot find the angle. Taco, you have to be so close. So careful, rather.
Kills up here too. Oh my goodness.
Makes it happen. 1 for 1 in the top lane.
Stacking champion for stacking champion.
The question is if both of them earn a stack off of the kill on one another.
Whose dragons it gonna be? Is it gonna be dragon number 3 for Zyra Zaddies, or is it gonna be the first one for Viger's Vixens?
And that's a great question, because it's a very important dragon for both teams. Zyra Zaddies would love to have this, because then it puts them on that sole point, but Viger's Vixens has really kind of won the battle down there, and so it looks like Gunny has opted to try to make something happen in the top lane, but that Nether Graps comes down, locks him down, but it's not quite enough damage hanging on there, getting that passive to regen the HP, and then having to run. Can't do anything more than that because of the threat of this Nasus, which means that a dragon goes down, the first one for Viger's Vixens.
You know, Zyra Zaddy has really just made a conscious decision. They were just like, you know what, we just need more kills. We can let them have one dragon. Let's just kill them some more. Let's go kill him, and then if we win that, we'll go get the Rift Herald.
And this Rift Herald could be big, especially if Zyra Zaddy or Viger's Vixens still have their 2 dual laners in the bot, so you could definitely ride this down to get a hit off of mid lane. They find Gogan, who somehow doesn't go over the wall.
He said, no, I stay here, you go this way.
But they are still low. It's a 2v1 now that Gunny's walking into. Then Horizon comes down. Nasus can't approach. Now they have it. Flash forward, knock up on the Nasus, using that Fury of the Sands to try to stay alive. And now your 1 damage dealer's got to get into siphoning strike range. Nothing doing. They back off. Frosty exerting the power of Nasus here.
It's not able to put any damage down on that Malzahar. That spell shield is still just sitting on him.
Feels like any intervention from the jungle on the bot side is going to spell the end of this tower, which has managed to stand for almost 20 minutes here. Let's get the immortal lane here.
We're gonna ult this over and over if we have to. You are not getting this tower.
It is bullet time, not tower time.
comes
It
Shelly.
is tower time in the top lane as Gunny rides that in.
Let's drop off some babies.
Frosty's like, oh, another stack.
Are you my babysitter? Here you go. Ooh, tower dive. They were getting smacked by that turret. And forced to walk right into Misfortune. That's some shutdown gold.
Still no tower gold. It holds up. If they get the kill onto the support to trade it back, and oh my gosh, this Ahri now roaming out of the top lane. Here's mid. The push has arrived, and the push is so strong with this Bel'Veth.
Yeah, they are a team of let's kill. Kill, kill, kill. That is our only goal this game. Got 6-1 on Ahri, 5-0 on Bel'Veth. We've even got 2-2 on Vigar and 1-1 on Misfortune. So no one's really struggling on the kills over there.
Blue team's turret has been destroyed.
Getting that tier 2 turret gives them so much gold here. Finally pulling a little bit ahead in that department, but Frosty gonna answer right back.
Said I'll take that gold
Into the
back.
top lane, and
Oh, just
that's
takes 2 Qs to kill
1,
Vladimir.
2 siphoning strikes. Vlad falls. So the battle of the stacking champions here, Nasus having the big edge. Toaster feeling confident though, just chasing that Nasus right away.
Turret has gotta go down now.
Red team's turret.
Finally!
21 minutes, okay.
Obliviate! Imagine if that was a spell in Harry Potter.
Obliviate.
Obliviate. Instead of Avada Kedavra, it's Obliviate! We're looking to maybe jump over the wall with the ultimate here. Oh, you might want to do it soon. Your Lucian's gonna go down. Oh, down he goes.
Now they're arriving though. Frosty making presence known. Infinite Duress goes off into the void, and that is right away though. Another grasp. You're not going anywhere. Now the siege is on, and the anti-siege of Misfortune showing off here as they try to turn this. They're picking up everyone not named Nasus here, as now you've got 4-on-1.
I don't think
Can they do anything? There's a siphoning strike available. Resurrection here coming through for Gunny. Smart purchase, going for that early GA, using it to great effect, knowing that he has to be able to get in there and take down that Nasus, and was able to do so with that GA. So good investment there to knock down that Nasus, win yet another fight, score some kills. It looks like they're going to take all of the enemy jungle for that.
Yeah, you know, if you're not going to have a tank, you might as well just live twice. That's one way of doing it.
And well timed here as Dragon is starting, and there's no Nasus, and Nasus doesn't have teleport available, so they're going to pull this out and try to go up to their third Dragon.
Vladimir's like, get away from my dragon. This is mine. Jogon's looking. Not quite.
Smart.
It's going to be Dragon number 3 for Zyra Zaddies.
Zyra Zaddies hanging on to that gold lead, has a big kill lead, and now has a Dragon win condition. So they're continuing to kind of follow their game plan. Oh, that Ahri doing so much just poke damage here. Just one orb. Fire. Here we go. Highlight though. The culling comes down, meaning the stun. Another duress. Oh, a little short. They're going in now. The main target, Gunny, does not have anything available here. It is to 2v4, and they're in retreat against this Nasus. They just don't have the damage right now. Instead, they decide to cull the wave with another MF ult. And
that's what MF is here to do, is just ult the wave, girl. Push for the win. I respect it. You know, like with Misfortune and just like Smolder, I think I use my ultimate more for clearing a wave just for the lane pressure than I do actually trying to get kills with them.
You know, I almost would love to see like maybe like a Black Cleaver or something for Misfortune, just to enable Belveth, who's really the Nasus killer of the team, to be able to do some extra damage, because it just feels like Nasus is going to have to start dying in these team fights as Lad boldly throws himself into the mid lane there to try to get a pick on Lux.
I mean, right now, Nasus has 0 armor. He hasn't built any. He's still building into magic resist right now. He's more worried about that Ahri and Veigar than anything. Although Lord Dominic's never hurt anybody, except for Nasus.
Oh, highlight flash forward. The culling brings him down. And now Taco Loki eating a few more. She's trying to get out of there. But on the other side of the map, they're trying to find Jogan, who this time a tactical retreat there with the ultimate.
Definitely on purpose one.
Flash away from this mortal Ahri.
That's a whole lot of damage coming down into
First
CC.
knock up here. Jogan's going to go down, but immediately traded back for Ahri. But Gunny ready to pop off here on this Belveth. Level 14 is the menace of the team, and that is kind of what this game is shaping into, where it's Belveth and Zyra Zaddy's versus this Nasus on Veigar's Vixens, and everyone else trying to find out how they can best enable these two carries.
And I mean, Belveth is generally coming out on top. The only thing that's really stopping her right now is that Malzahar ult. So if she gets into like a Quicksilver and on some kind of item, she's going to be golden. Like, there's nothing going to be able to stop her. Because right now, Nasus is not at the point where he's going to be able to, like, even 1v4. Especially with that Belveth around. She's just tearing him up. Looks like they are going to go into another attack speed item right now. I wonder what they're going to finish off with. I'm telling you though, Quicksilver. Get that Quicksilver.
Yeah, it feels it could be the right choice here. It does feel tough to try and like dip into a second defensive item. Oh, Charm not finding a target, and they're able to just kind of disengage here. Gunny looking poke available here.
Yeah,
5v4 though. Highlight though. Ooh. They find one. The ultimate now used. Gunny trying to get away. Does a Guardian Angel about to come up, so he will have it here. Hero getting low. Now Jogan arrives. Does land the duress there onto a carry. They're trying to go back. Frosty falling low, but Gunny's here, and there's some low health targets. Has the reset. There's two quick kills for Belveth. Now flashing forward, or jumping forward, trying to find Queen to spare. They fall. Everything goes here. Big win for Zyra Zaddy's.
Gunny, you monster! Quite literally, actually.
Doesn't even, I mean, got pushed down so low in that fight, literally seconds before GA was ready. Backed out, found some berries in the river, re-engaged the fight. His team had gotten everyone low, and it was clean-up crew Belveth.
And you know, those Mercury Shreds really came in clutch there, because Malzahar's ultimate has gotten significantly shorter on Belveth. She's able to basically kind of eat the ult really quick, and then in about 0.75 seconds, she's able to get out of there and be like, okay, I ate the ult, we can go back in now.
Yeah, sometimes itemization is just a puzzle. They're sitting in this bush trying to find a quick kill on a Jogan, and they will do just that. And look what is spawning. So unless their eyes get much bigger here, Immortal Ahri goes down, trading 1-for-1 there. But there is a dragon available. Oh, but they've also now lost their mid laner. And Gunny is in very deep. 3 members trying to make sure to keep him away from that dragon. They're opting not to start it up with their carry and with Ghana. So they fall back out. Now it's all about, can we get Gunny out? Can we get Gunny out? Operation Save Gunny is underway. And they will give up on the chase.
Gunny doesn't believe in terrain, so he can kind of go wherever he wants.
Just optional.
Yeah. Ooh, they're thinking about that Baron. They're like, hey, they're gonna go for Dragon. Maybe we just do Baron. They decided, no, never mind. We'll go stop.
Yeah, sometimes that is the flip. It's definitely important when it is Soul to try to get on there.
Oh, Gunny's like, maybe we just push and let them try to get that Dragon.
There's no creep available.
Can't decide. Okay, now they're like, okay, let's do Baron.
They started up, but it's pretty late here.
Yeah, that might be a little sus. Although they're doing it extremely slow. They're just gonna let Malzahar do it. Maybe send Nasus and the rest of the team over to
Things
Baron.
have happened. They now know that this is taking place, so they're leaving Malzahar behind. Look at this Ahri down there trying to make something happen, but all the action here at Baron is they disengage. One flash used,
Oh,
1 for
Ahri
1.
cancels
Ahri
out the
comes in, but look who came back. And Ahri will clean up this soul. What a play, sending 4 to Baron and getting the read that only one person was trying to finish off that dragon, and Ahri comes in. But they don't want to let this go unexcused. They're going to try to take down, and they do find this Ahri once again for the 5th time here.
They can find the kill, but they're gonna lose a turret for it.
Yeah,
And they're looking
huge.
at Baron now again. They're like, well, you guys are going back, and your base is being infiltrated, so we might as well just go get the game-winning piece.
Exactly. They have to go back. They have to deal with this. They know that Zyger's Vixens knows about this, but what are they gonna do? They can't get there in time. Great macro here. The movement from Zyra Zaddy just has won them everything, including this Baron. Now they just have to close out this game.
Unless they all die right here, but it doesn't look like that's gonna happen.
I think the itemization of Gunny on Belveth has been so smart. Not only that one death to show for it, has GA available. The Merc Treads has been huge. I think it has really been exactly what you need in this game. Taking care of Wither, taking care of the high burst from Siphoning Strike, or of that Nether Grass. Like, it's just really, really smart to keep your carry alive, and the rest of the team doing a great job of just providing support for this Belveth carry. And not to forget Toaster on this Ahri, making it work. 12 kills, being so aggressive, finding exactly the picks that they need at the right times.
You know, they really forced Nasus to have to be present in the team fights in order for them to even have a chance, so he wasn't able to do the split push all game. And when he did try to split push, they always sent 2 up there, and they were able to kind of be like, hey, bad dog, get off.
Yeah, he wasn't quite at that 1v2 level yet, and then because now having to join these fights means that he's just even slower and slower at getting there. So, yeah, the stack number is just not there for this Ross's Nasus. Is Gunny trying to find a little flank angle,
down.
Flash goes down. It is 4v5 though. Toaster
Just waiting patiently to show
not
on
showing.
screen.
Yeah, not showing. Very deliberate. You could almost hear the comms there. Now Ahri's showing as they're pushing in, so there's no easy engage here available.
Nasus said, I'm gonna go do my split thing now.
Oh, going
Here
all the way to
goes.
the top lane. So now the game is kind of on a timer. Nasus can definitely end this quickly. They're gonna go
Have
all
anything to
in.
Stop them now.
There's a bullet time right over the top. One down, Jogon down, Frosty going there. Right now, the momentum is in the side of Viger's Vixens, but not for long. Zyra Zaddy's chewing through, and as much as Nasus wants it, it's not enough.
And him came back up.
The inhib's gone! I mean,
Nasus over
Frosty...
eating turrets.
Oh
he
no!
died.
The tower goes down! Oh no! But they end it very quickly after that. There's a one tap of the Nexus. Almost got exciting there at the end. Well played, Zyra Zaddies, who I think had a narrow win condition, and they found it and executed brilliantly.
Yeah, that was nuts. But I mean, like we said in the beginning, like all they had to do was get really freaking fed, and they had a chance at winning it. And you know what? They found that slim chance of where every single one of them just got ahead, which that's a great game of League of Legends for you. When you're playing League and every single one of you guys gets ahead, it's just a good feeling. Best kind of games ever. But based off what we saw, who do you think was MVP for the game?
Well, I think that the skin comes with a MVP. That's part of the perk, right? So it has to be the Toaster on Ahri, given the across that off, the MVP goes.
Automatically MVP.
Automatically, yeah, the skin gets you that. That being said, I do think that was such a bold and creative pick into Nasus to take Ahri up there. Did the bullying that needed to happen to kind of keep that Nasus down. played around Gunny's jungle, and I think that was really the 1-2 punch that set up the rest of the game. I think I'd be happy giving MVP to either of those two. I think that it was definitely the Belveth answering the Nasus, but I think that Ari was really making a lot of the setup happen.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you. Like, Ari definitely had a game plan when they went into it. They said, you know, I'm just gonna harass this Nasus so freaking hard that he just struggles this entire lane. And she like kind of let him come up a little bit in some instances, so that way they could get those ganks off. And then once the laning phase kind of ended, she was the one rotating a lot to get a whole lot of picks rather than Vygar as much. So she really just kind of like didn't pick one play style. She flexed into whatever she needed to in the moment. And because of that communication with the Belveth and Belveth being able to coordinate their ganks accordingly to take care of that Nasus and not let them either just completely split push or annihilate in team fights, it was a great teamwork effort to kind of shut down Vygar's Vixen. So I'll say it's a double MVP going to Gunny Hartman on Belveth and Omega Sub RN on Ari. Congratulations, guys. All right, we're going to follow Gunny's game. So same team. We are waiting for the victor of the previous game, I believe. Let's see, did it post yet?
I've not seen anything post. It'll be between Smolder's Snacks and Hui's Hotties.
Smolder's Snacks. I'm gonna go to the restroom really quick, but why don't you tell us about how your day went with your glorious tea walk while I'm gone?
No glorious tea walk. I mean, I went and I had a long walk that I had to go on today. I didn't have to, but I made it comfortable by stopping it and getting tea periodically. So I had like bubble tea. I had some different like tea lemonades. I had a milk tea. I got some bottled tea. It was delightful. So that's all I can do. That's my way of beating the heat. If anyone in chat has a way of beating the heat that they can let me know. Besides jumping in the lake, please let me do that, because I try to make it so I only jump in the lake one time a year. Other than that, it is just too cold for me. If you are listening, I do want to say, mark your calendars for the end of the month, June 30th. That is when Chicago is having the Pride Parade, and we would love to see you out there because CMSA has a Pride Parade float, and this year CMSA eSports will be having some of our members as part of that float. So please stop by the parade, find the CMSA float, look for the friendly faces of the esports division that'll be there representing CMSA esports. So we'd love to see you.
That's so exciting. I think I heard in our last meeting or something like that we had a float, but it kind of like left my brain that we have a float. So you just reminded me that we have a float. That's so exciting. I love that for us. I did hear that JoJo Siwa is gonna be at Pride this year here, as well as the one I saw in LA. So I'm very disappointed with that. And that's not me just reading JoJo Siwa because I don't like her, but the performance that I saw was very cringy. So I don't love that idea. But very exciting stuff.
And even if you're not in town, you can check out the Chicago Pride Parade. I think I actually looked up, it's ABC Chicago 7, and that's available on lots of different like TV streaming services like Hulu, Fire, any of them. So please either come in person, we'd love to see you, or tune in.
Chaotic Caster said, "Karma's a bitch." That's one of JoJo Siwa's songs. There was apparently a TikTok where JoJo Siwa was like singing her song and like pointing the microphone at people on the street to like follow up with the rest of the lyrics, and nobody knew the rest of the lyrics. So it's just like really funny to watch her struggle to get people to sing her song. Also looking back at the chat, Buck Jr. just subscribed. Okay, we saw that
Thanks,
one.
Buck Jr.
Thank you for following, Tootsby. Appreciate the follow. I'm sorry I missed you. I think it was a couple minutes ago, so it hasn't been too long. And Gunny said, Sam, tapioca balls or poppers in the boba?
You know, I normally, I guess the little like fruit popper things are what I would go for. I mean, the tapioca ones are more, I guess, what I first was. I don't know if they're more traditional. Traditional doesn't seem like the right word here. They are good, but I think for me today, the vibe was the little explosions of fruit while I'm drinking, rather than
Explosions of fruit.
the tapioca. Sometimes it can just be like chewy, and like when I'm in the mood for, if it's a hot day and I just want to like cool off, I need fruit, not like chewing like a cud.
Chewing a cud. You know, the tapioca like balls are iffy to me just because I've had a couple times where they haven't been like done correctly. So like they'll be fine, but then the center of them is almost hard.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very risky for me to get those. So if I have the option, like I know there's just one place in on Belmont near the Target that you can put like pudding in like the bottom of it. So it's kind of like you suck up some pudding whenever you're drinking but the pudding like it becomes like cold and kind of more firm, so it comes off like in chunks. So it's like different. It's a very interesting texture, but it tastes delicious. It's like custard.
Yeah.
And I always get like a chocolate tea, so it's like dessert for me.
That sounds amazing. I walked right by there this afternoon. Had I known, I'll have to check that out near the.
Oh yeah. I forgot
Belmont.
what it's called, but it's literally right next to that Target on Belmont. So yeah, definitely check it out. That's good. They've got great stuff. I've never had their food actually, but all of their teas, like I'm obsessed. And their sizes are good too. I'm always nervous when I go to places, be like, oh, like I want a medium, and then it's like 10 ounces. I'm like, that's nothing.
Just
like,
all
no.
ice.
Yeah, I want a Trenta Starbucks drink is what I want.
I appreciate every place I went to. They asked me how much ice I wanted, and like it wasn't like if I wanted little ice, they would like not fill the cup. Like they would still fill it regardless of the amount of ice. So I appreciated that because I needed the liquid and the cold.
And I appreciate that too, especially because with most of my drinks, I ask for a little bit less ice just because they will fill the entire thing with ice, like to the brim, and then put the product over it. And then once you have like 3 sips, the whole thing's gone.
It's just, yeah, exactly. It's just goodbye. And then they have that big old straw, so it comes down real quick.
Yeah, like just put a little less ice in there. I'll do the whole gay iced coffee swirl thing with it to make sure it's all cold, and then I'll have more product to drink.
It's a gay iced coffee swirl.
You know what I'm talking about? You know, you're like
I didn't know that was a Pride Month thing.
Yeah, like I'm doing on stream right now. Like you hold the top of your cup and then you always just swirl it around.
Is that it when it's from the top?
Yeah, you hold it from the top
and
you just swirl. And you hear that
all
ice just jangling
wrist.
around. Yeah.
Okay.
I will literally be walking around. As soon as I get like a drink from Starbucks or anything, I'm immediately walking out of there just like because like when you do that, it makes your drink like ice cold. If you don't do it, like the drink is cold-ish, but I'm telling you, it's a major difference when you swirl it around the ice. Taco Loki's like, the gay coffee swirl is iconic. I tell you, see, it's a thing. It's a thing.
I love that, and I'm gonna start doing it. I didn't realize I was missing out on this. So
yeah, it's like a requirement. I'm sure it will work great for your tea too. Like, but if any of your iced teas, I'm telling you, give it the nice gay coffee swirl, and it'll be significantly colder and much more refreshing. Looks like we're just waiting for one more person to load in here. We got everyone in. Who are we going against, by the way?
And it looks like, based on the roster that's in here, I think this is Hui's Hotties.
Hottie.
Oh, and we have a rematch from last week. We've got my two of my volleyball teammates going against each other. Round 2, Vladimir and changing the name, not Liam. So I think last week it was I am Will, and now the name is not Liam.
And it's not Liam. #Will. I love that. Oh, wait, hold on a second.
Oh, they're all leaving. They go in the wrong lobby.
I think they did, because now we got Dumpster Twink.
Oh, not Hui's Hotties. Okay.
So Orange Otters, it looks like.
Orange Otters.
Dumpster Twink is on Orange Otters, and they got Mithra, Silver Sam, Shrimp Wheels, and Skippy McSkipper.
But unless I'm. But it should be Smolder's Snacks or Huey's Hotties, because that's how brackets work.
Oh, yep, they just left. So maybe actually,
Actually, let's have the third team. And now introducing team number 3. Who will be our opponent?
is it Smolder Snacks, Huey's Hotties, or Orange
Just
Otters? The
keeping
world
you
may never know.
guessing.
Maybe it's Kaisa's Kittens or Brown's Babes.
Yeah, we're gonna mix it up. It's actually we're trying our Swiss style tournament this week.
Oh, I think maybe our team's in the wrong.
We're
room?
in the wrong lobby. Okay.
They're like, hey, get out of our lobby. What are you doing here?
Kekiness, make all the room codes are unique.
It's so funny. A little bit of gay confusion. Or gay delusion. We're all delusionally joining one room.
What an
Gunny.
exciting game that would be.
Yeah, it was Gunny. Gunny said, I've led us all astray. Fix incoming. How dare you? During Pride Month? Honestly, homophobic. Send. Here we go. Hopping into spectate. Gunny said, in the month of June? Honestly. He said, I'm disappointed in me. I just realized my music was turned off. It was radio silence. Back on, though. We're back in the zone. Auto zone.
Is that the music we're playing this week? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, in the chat, it's Taco. Crown Jewel said, this is why we can't let Vibros take a vacation. Oh, God. This is why we can't have nice things without Vibros. Taco Loki says, during Pride Month? This is my fave. Iconic, honestly. At least we stopped banning Lux as much. That's a little less homophobic. Getting to see her a couple games. I did find a new playlist that doesn't have words in it. This one is called No Copyright Synthwave.
All right.
I didn't know what synthwave was, but I guess it's just like, it's electronic music that's not like lo-fi, but also not dance music. It's like that middle road where it's like chill but somewhat upbeat. So I'm enjoying it. We're trying out new music.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds. I see. Lo-fi, I feel like has something about lo-fi. I don't know if it's like the bass or something that just does not resonate with me. But something a little more chill, a different sort of a vibe. I think perhaps I could try out here. I'll have to unmute the stream and listen.
Oh yeah, no not synth. Lo-fi music is my go-to for like when I'm doing schoolwork or just writing or just really wanting to focus. But specifically, I listen to a playlist where it's lo-fi covers of popular music so that it's familiar, but also relaxing and not like distracting. Like it doesn't make me want to like listen to the words or sing along to it.
Right,
So
your brain gets that like, ooh, I know this. I can kind of like go along with it, but I can also just like tune out. That's a good
that
place to be
tickle
when
in
you're
the
trying to.
brain.
Mm-hmm.
Love a little brain tickle. That was me all day today. I realized with my schoolwork, the first week was a little hectic because my instructor had a loss in the family, so they like had to like delete everything, like a whole bunch of the stuff, and like repost it because like a whole bunch of information was missing in the first week. So like all of our assignments got pushed back a week, but then I realized that it was only like kind of pushed half a week. So all the assignments I did today are like due, I guess we're technically due last week. No. The ones I was doing today are due this week, but so are the next 3 assignments or do this week when I'm only supposed to be doing 2 a week. And now I have 4 this week because I backed myself up by accident. So I'm drowning in schoolwork right now. If anyone wants to do some nutritional work for me, I'll send you the link. Although I am very interested in the content, so I guess I can't let someone else do it for me because I do want to read it. And half of it is keeping track of my own food intake, so I don't think anyone can do that for me either. Damn it, I can't cheat this class.
I feel like I'd be horrified if I had to look back at what I was eating over the course of a week. There'd be a lot of tea, though, that's for sure.
Hey, tea's not unhealthy for you, unless you're doing, like, super sweet tea.
No, I
Maybe then-
typically don't sweeten it.
Okay, yeah, I mean, the only way it's gonna be bad is if it's like McDonald's sweet tea, where it's like high fructose corn syrup is 80% of the ingredient. Like, sugar is not necessarily bad for you, it's just not great for you in large quantities, that's all. Taco Loki says, not me, 2 McAllister's sweet teas today.
Oh, those.
Sugar on sugar on sugar.
Yeah, the first like boba tea stop that I went to today, I just got something like directly off the menu. It was like one of their special drinks. I think it had some oolong tea in it. But it was so sweet. Like, oh my, I forget that like those milk teas, they add so much sweetener too. So I was like, I don't want any. Give me 0 sweetener after that.
I think a lot of them use like condensed milk to kind of really sweeten it up too.
Yeah.
I really like condensed milk. Like if I'm ever like at a like a Thai restaurant, I will get a Thai tea. And Thai tea is basically just like condensed milk over iced tea, and it's like my favorite drink in the whole world.
Thai tea. I remember I love Thai tea. It's so delicious. And then I looked at what was in it, and I was like, this would not be a sustainable drink for me to have like all the time. Like to be like a go-to. Like, oh, I'm gonna have like a Thai tea every single day, because there's just so much. There's just a lot of calories in a Thai tea. So
yeah, it's definitely a special occasion kind of drink for me.
And
I did the same thing.
And unless someone can tell me how to make a Thai tea, because it's got that like color to it, like that very distinctive, like, I don't know, burnt orange sort of a color. But as far as I know, that is completely artificial. Like you're adding something to it just for color. Like it's not like an ingredient. Now, unless I'm wrong, and I would love to be wrong on this, but when I was looking up how to make it, I was like, oh, you're essentially just adding a color to it. And then I was like, okay, I'll leave it to the professionals at the Thai restaurants, not at home for Sam VC.
Orange. Like, I think I see what you're saying. Like, I guess it kind of looks orange, but I think it just looks orange because it's like a brown tea that's being lightened by like a very creamy, like condensed milk. That's the kind of, but I don't think it looks like orange. I don't think they're adding color to it, because Thai tea is literally just like the specific brew of tea with condensed milk, or half and half. Like it depends on your specific recipe, but typically it's gonna be condensed milk because it's a lot sweeter. They're leaving this lobby now too.
Another cursed lobby.
Curses.
Another cursed lobby.
Vladimir just went to the other side. It's a madhouse. I'm not in a hurry today, so this is fine.
Okay.
We can chill. Last week I was definitely like, oh my god, there's something to do. We need to rush out of here. But this week I'm just like, you know what? After this, I'm probably gonna play some Final Fantasy, grind some levels for maybe like an hour or 2 after the stream, and then I need to go to bed because tomorrow I've got work in the morning, and then we have a makeup session of D&D right afterwards, and it'll be our final session. This past weekend was technically the final week for the D&D League, but I think most of the tables like missed 1 or 2 sessions throughout the week, so everyone's kind of got like a makeup game thrown out around somewhere. Ours probably won't be streamed because that's going to conflict with ARAM stream, but I will likely record it anyways, and then potentially we stream it in an open slot. We'll see. But I'm very excited to get to play QWERTY one last time, because I didn't play QWERTY for 2 weeks straight. Once because I fell asleep and I missed half the session and they ended up canceling it anyways, and it's totally my fault. I felt like an ass. And the second time I was in LA. So it was 2 weeks in a row where I just didn't get to play QWERTY. Apparently they did play QWERTY for me when I was in
Oh.
LA. Well, that's because QWERTY is the healer. Like, without him, they're gonna die. QWERTY is quite literally a heal bot. He's a robot who runs around as your personal
Fabulous.
healthcare companion, and he's here to make sure you don't die. So he made sure they didn't die while I was gone. I guess they said that they roleplayed it like he was malfunctioning, so he couldn't speak. So that's why I wasn't speaking.
Oh, that's great.
Okay, so the team is Homosexual, Death by Noob, Spriggan 9, Laugh Like Nate, and Is Rainbow.
Is Rainbow. I mean, Smolder Snacks
Smolder Snacks.
is on the rift against Zyra Zaddies.
Oh my gosh, we were talking last week about how I haven't seen Spriggan play in like forever, and I thought he wasn't even in the league anymore, and now I'm getting to watch Spriggan. Spriggan's like my favorite top laner to watch. Hi, Spriggan. Long time no see. Gunny says, ... Okay, once more. Blame me, stream. It's all his fault. And there's Jaybird. Hi, Jaybird. I got to hang out with Jaybird and Spriggan at C2E2. I love that. What'd they say? I redeemed a ticket for Ari, not to be banned. Okay, another Immortal Ari game.
Fabulous. Okay. You know,
$500 skin. Or $250 skin. Whatever it is.
earned it.
I'm so confused as to what it is. I think it's like $250, but then you like have to work towards it or something. Oh, Takaloki said, since we Avi have the time, Chroma, what are you studying / how long? Oh, I am studying eSports production, broadcasting, and management. So kind of what we're doing here, but not necessarily at the same point. So I've done all the core courses already. So like all like my maths, my Englishes, my humanities, my sciences, that's all I've done so far. But I'm moving to Los Angeles this coming August to go to school specifically for the esports programs. And the goal for it isn't necessarily to be like a streamer, which it could be. It's kind of like one of the options, like being the physical broadcaster. But the studying is mostly being able to manage the production side of things. So the people behind the camera, managing the editing, the live performances, managing the actual events, a little bit of community management. There's some journalism aspects to it. It's a very broad program. So a lot of places don't have it. Whereas in Los Angeles, all the gaming companies are based there, or at least most of them, like Riot, Blizzard, Activision, EA. There's a couple more that are just flipping my brain right now. Like they're all near Los Angeles, Santa Monica, Long Beach, like all that kind of stuff. So naturally, the college courses over there can support that. And then they have partnerships for like internships with them. So that's the whole reason why I'm moving. Besides the fact that all my friends live there. That's a good plus too. So the goal is to be a producer in the esports world. Ideally, probably with like Riot, just because Riot has been my most loyal, I guess, gaming company where I've been playing like all of their games. But I wouldn't be opposed to working, of course, with like Square Enix. I love Final Fantasy. Activision Blizzard has amazing games. Overwatch, I've been really getting into a lot lately. So I'd love to work with any of those companies, to be honest. They're saying in the chat, we're ready whenever y'all are. Also, I think I used the sheet right. I didn't know I have to go talk to you. So, okay, everyone's like trying to figure things out. And Vladimir says, sorry, stream, I had to teach our friends how to use the sheet. It's an educational time. We're all learning something new today. I'm honestly glad that I don't have to look at the sheet that much because me and Excel sheets are not the best. I mean, I can figure it out, don't get me wrong, but if I have to figure it out in like a pinch, like in the moment, I'm gonna freak out. I'm gonna be like, where, what, who am I, what am I doing? Oh God.
I feel like anything production related is eventually, there's gonna be a spreadsheet in there somewhere. You're gonna have to get comfortable with it.
And you know what? I actually went to like a corporate college and took specific courses in Microsoft Office and got certified in everything. But Excel, I just don't like it. It's too mathy. When I'm in Excel, I basically treat it like it's a publisher. I just make it as pretty as possible, but don't really use like the functions of it as much. Yeah. Like they could probably notice when I was doing a lot of the C2E2 like scheduling everything, I wasn't using the formulas. I wasn't organizing things in like this very constructive mathematical way, or like I was decorating. Everything was spaced correctly, everything was colored, coded, bolded. I was merging cells together so there weren't extra lines. Like that was my ultimate goal within Excel. Make it pretty. Make Excel pretty again. That's my new slogan. They dropped a lot of support for Publisher, which is really disappointing for me because I love Publisher. Publisher is where you like make posters and stuff like that in Microsoft Office.
I've just moved so far away from the Office suite since Google does everything, and there's just so many tools available online to do all that sort of stuff. So I don't know, I've always gravitated towards the online cloud-based solutions.
It's fair. I do like Microsoft Office, like Microsoft Word a lot. I feel like it's got a lot more flexibility than Google Docs does. It's probably the same. I've just been so used to Microsoft Word because I've been using it since middle school.
It definitely has more functionality. See, I used Google Docs all through my studies, and so not that I would ever really need. I don't think I've ever gone back and looked at those notes, but I've got them all like in the cloud. So that's kind of nice just to have one spot where everything just has lived my whole life on the cloud rather than like on a hard drive somewhere.
Yeah, and I think the main reason why I have Microsoft Office is because it has the OneDrive built in, the 1 terabyte.
Yes.
I have everything on there because I have like every time I've gotten a new computer, if something ever happened, all my stuff was just there. And I have appreciated that so much. And I think the biggest thing is I was always able to access my documents like from my phone if I ever needed something like in a pinch. It was always just right there.
Life changer.
Is the greatest.
Master Yi banned right off the bat. They said, no, Gunny, not allowed.
Gunny Hartman, hashtag ban Yi is banning.
They're listening to the hashtag.
They did it.
They did the thing.
Your worst decisions will haunt you.
No more Gana.
So Smolder Snack's going to be on the blue side here. Zyra banned against Zyra's Zaddies.
Wonder if they're going to send any bans towards Spriggan in the top side. Maybe ban out the Alawi again? Trinamir, okay.
Trinamir. Very strong right now. Can get played in the mid lane or the top lane. Just a super bully. Velvet.
Either. I haven't seen a Trinamir game in a long time. But like I said, I haven't played League like at all for at least 2 weeks.
It's definitely like a this patch and a little bit of the last patch sort of a thing. Getting nerfed actually, or just got nerfed because it's been very strong.
I know he very much comes in and out of the meta like crazy. No Ornn. Oh, that's right. Ornn is a really solid pick on Spriggan. So I wouldn't be surprised if he picks up maybe like an Alawi here, or if he wants to be that guy again and go Alistar top lane. I wouldn't be opposed. Still one of my favorite clips. Mr. Raccoon says, okay, as a now experienced League player, I'm so ready to understand this. Oh, okay. Come through. Right. Not the nail emoji. You know, I got nail polish once. I never used it. I really want to, but I'm not supposed to wear it at work. So I'm always nervous to put it on because I don't want to have to deal with trying to get it off the next day. It's one of those things. It's on my list. Got Tristana and Misfortune.
Okay.
Tristana is so strong right now. Like, so stupid strong. Like, what are you supposed to do? The range is so long. The damage is so high. She's so slippery. Mr. Raccoon says, it's pretty easy to remove. Is it? Like, every time I see nail polish, it's always, like, long-lasting or blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, God, I don't want it to last long. Like, I want it to be on and off. Ari picked again. Are we going for the same team comp on Zyra's Zaddies? Kled
in the top lane. Let's go.
I haven't seen Kled in a hot minute either, but Kled is probably one of the most annoying people to go against in the top lane in general, period. It's so frustrating when Scarl just like comes back as like, hey, he's not dying. Mr. Raccoon says, just get nail polish remover. All right. You're convincing me. I get it. But I'll, like, does it ever get like stuck like around like the cuticles and stuff like that? I don't want to have dirty looking nails. Nami Tristana. Who's gonna be the last pick? Third pick. Diego. Okay, so another pentakill on a Gunny Hartman this week. Got it. I don't know why my music stopped again. Minimize. Just don't get it all over your skin. You'll be fine. See, that's another thing I'm worried about. I'm good at it. Let me just... Yeah, I feel like one of the other things is I'm just nervous about like not doing it perfectly and then having just nasty looking fingers. Because I've seen people who don't do it very well, and I'm like, I don't want that situation. And I also don't want to go pay to get it done. Last time I did get my nails done, I got like I just got a clear coat. That shit started peeling off the next day, and it looked like crap, and I was so irritated. I wonder why they banned Tom Kench. They already picked their top laner, unless like, and they picked their support. So where? I mean, more power to you if you really didn't want to see him, but I don't know where he would have went. Take a Ramus off the table as well. And brand band always necessary. Really OP right now. Let's just ban all the Blackfire Torch champions.
Egger left open again for Lad. If he wants to pick that up. Blitzcrank. Okay, so you're giving Lad counter pick here. Misfortune Blitz is going to be very dynamic against this Tristana. Now, the one thing, Tristana can buffer the Blitzcrank hook.
They just have to aim for Nami. Nami ain't got shit to get out of that.
Can't, yeah, but Nami can just... The thing is, Nami can definitely keep her distance and then just give that ebb and flow as they're flying in for some extra damage. But it's going to be Kaisa in that bot lane. Tristana mid here. And is this a rumble in the jungle?
It's a very eclectic team.
It's a champion I've been putting a ton of time on lately in my own solo queue journey. I'm a big fan of Kaisa on this patch. She is so strong, can be built a ton of different ways, and can absolutely annihilate a team.
Zillion mid? Or is this going to be Zillion top?
I wouldn't put it past anybody here. So maybe we've got Zillion mid for Lad. Definitely Lad, when he's playing mid, likes to lean towards the more kind of supportive style. Even seeing it last game on that Veigar, it was all about like really good placements of that stun field of his, and not so much like trying to put out the carry damage, but playing for the team. Zillion is a champion that allows him to do that if that's where he's ending up.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's a pretty solid like kind of support concept for the Viego, because we already know Gunny's probably gonna do a really solid job on that Viego. So if you just give him 2 lives, then this is basically like the Bel'Veth game all over again. You know what? If you're not gonna have a tank, just live twice and kill them double as much. So I guess it's not a terrible comp. It's just very interesting. It's a little flip turned upside down on both sides, but I'll give you my opinions after I give you yours. Who do you think is going to win based off of the team comps, and why?
I honestly, I think I'm leaning towards. I think I really like what Zyra Zaddy's put together. I think they have, and especially having seen them play a sort of a more similar style last time, I love the switch up here to put Vladimir onto Zillion to give Viego just so much carry potential. Gunny is going to be a menace on that Viego with the support of Zillion. You have strong pick potential in this Blitzcrank, who can really threaten Nami Kaisa. That is not a particularly strong lane, so you've got an ability to play through the bot lane. We already saw what Toaster was able to do on this Ahri, and Kled, a new and interesting challenge. But I also think that again, you've got Spirit Rush to just back away if Kled's going to try to all-in you. So that being said, the all-in out of Smolder Snacks is scary. They can close the distance fast. They have a ton of like catch potential and just cleanup potential with behind that Kled ultimate, behind that Nami ultimate. So yeah, I think overall I'm leaning towards Zyra Zaddies. How do you feel?
I have mixed thoughts. I could see it going either way for a couple other reasons. It's Smolder Snacks, right? That's who we ended up going against.
Smolder Snacks is what is on the Clash bracket on the website.
After 3 team changes. So Smolder Snacks, the wild card for me right now is that Rumble. And Rumble is very iffy. Like, you can really pop off with Rumble with Rumble. Jesus Christ. You can really pop off with Rumble. I don't think I've seen him in the jungle in a very, very, very long time. You also can just kind of struggle with Rumble. His damage could just be really, really behind compared to like Ari or Viego. So I'm very interested to see how that works out, because it could go either way, to be honest. The rest of our team is pretty consistent. Kai'Sa's got excellent damage, Tristan's got excellent damage, you've got great peel and sustain with the Nami, and Kled is always going to be a pain in the butt. It's just that Rumble wildcard for me. I do feel like if that Kai'Sa is going to be in the bot side, she's going to be struggling a lot more than Tristana would versus into a Misfortune and Blitzcrank. Blitzcrank's got 2 pretty solid targets in the bot side if it's going to be Kai'Sa and Nami, because neither of them really have anything to get out of it. Kai'Sa kind of has her speed boost to get out of it, but by the time she's going to be able to use it, she's already taken all the damage. So it's not looking good, in my opinion, for the bot side on Smolder Snakes. And I do like I was saying, that whole Zillion on Viego combination. And you also have the pick potential with Ari. So if Ari locks one person down for Viego to kind of get rolling with his ultimate, then Viego has infinite possibility to hyper carry here. On top of the Blitzcrank catches, like, there's a lot of opportunity for them to just go insane. And just like we saw last game, we don't really need Misfortune to really pop off as long as Viego is popping off. Misfortune is really just there to push R, clear the wave, keep the pressure, and maybe put down a little bit extra damage and make the enemy team spread out in those fights rather than clumping together and being able to put their damage on like a focused target. So I think if I were to pick one for sure, it would be Zyra Zaddies. But like I said, that wild card Rumble is throwing me off here, so I can't be for sure.
Smolder Snacks, I'm looking to see if them play through their carries. They've got Tristana that can pop off in lane. Does have a good matchup here against Zillion. And then you've got, how about Kai'Sa can put out so much damage. If Kai'Sa is not able to get things going, this could be a struggle.
They bought 2 support items.
Double support item once again.
No. Oh, Lad probably did it by accident.
It's just habit.
Yeah, you need to go back and get rid of that girl.
See that combo meal? The game says, here's Zillion.
Support, right? JK. I do love that Blitzcrank skin.
Minions have spawned.
Is it Blitz and Crank? Is that what it is?
Yes, Blitz and Crank.
That is my favorite.
Mm-hmm. Oh, did Viego flash?
All the pings going down. Making sure that that was for stream. Let's all make sure that we see Viego's flashes down.
What's funny is I had chat turned off, so I don't know why it was showing that. I just went back in, and then as I clicked it, it like came back on, then went back off. Are you gonna take that approach of just constantly auto-attacking that top laner again?
And the most interesting thing right now is this starting position for the junglers, as Gunny is in the wrong jungle and has just heisted the blue buff from Smolder Snacks. So trying to take 3 camps on the first clear with a greedy start here.
Scarl! I love how when Scarl jumps away, you just see like a blue dot in the map just running off into the distance.
Toaster putting the hurt on here. Spriggan already pushed out low.
It's fine though. He's just gonna auto attack a couple
But, yeah.
times. Scarl's gonna come back,
Scar
and
will
he'll be
come
basically full
back.
health. Scar will come back. Scar will come back to me. Nami is being skinny.
Okay, so homosexual putting the pressure on. Rumble now gonna realize, oh, blue buff not there. Yeah, and lad, if any of those time bombs gets used on the waves, that's just the free, immediately gonna be rocket jump forward, explosive charge, because there's no
He's
stun
like, you know what?
to
This is the
lock him up.
opportunity to go sell that item, maybe,
Hopefully
and
we
get my
see
real
that
item.
here.
Yep,
There we
it
go.
goes.
The game now begins for Vladimir, who says tier. It is.
Oh, big damage.
Solo
Oh, the ignite goes
flashing
down.
forward. There's not gonna be enough damage though, and now you've
That
got
turret.
Rumble coming through. Laying it
Oh.
down. The flame spitter cleaning up first blood for death by noob and Smolder Snacks.
Greedy Ari. Greedy Ari.
Well, the immortal Ari falls early this time. It was for a long time in round 1, but not so for round 2. And they're gonna need the kills to keep up the pace, stick with their game plan here. So
He's going for the invade, but there are 0 camps to take on this side. Unless he's thinking about ganking bot side. No, I think he's just looking for some camps that aren't there.
did get the full clear. Should know that everything's down here, but it's wrapping around the long way. Ping's coming down, so we've got Gunny arriving here in Viego, level 3, showing himself now. Tommy
Ooh,
forced
flashes
to
on the
flash
stun.
away from Laugh Like Nate.
Pop.
Never leave turret in this matchup unless double bomb is available, but you have to use the bombs just to farm, so it's just on
I wish I had
lot of
like Bjergsen skill on Zillion, because I like Zillion as a character. I think he's really cool. I love his lore. I think he's very interesting. I love him but I just can't get a hang of his abilities in this game.
I feel like I move my cursor, like I'll double tap Q, and the 2 time bombs will just not come out in the same place. Like I don't, my hand is just jittery or what, but I'm just like, how are they not there? What is there? That hook, Takaloki finds it. Nami no flash. That means a big winning trade, but also Spriggan now looking to go all in with Kled against this Ari, taking out a chunk on both the top and bottom side.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain that Kled wins this matchup in general, so he just needed to wait a little longer to start getting some items, get some health up, and 1v1ing an Ari should be no problem. Maybe a little bit harder when she's 6 and can dash a million miles away, but I don't think she's going to be very scary to him.
I'm really surprised I don't see more Kled, because from whenever I do, it seems like Kled is just this
a nightmare.
nuisance, and they're charging forward. And that bear found an Ari trapped on a rope there. So, goodbye, Ari.
Viego soloing the dragon here. Gunny always on top of these dragons as soon as they come up.
Red team has slain the dragon.
Down. And then we'll see if Death by Noob. Rumble wants to try and respond. Definitely has priority from his mid and top lane. So this could be a very, very easy objective on the top side of the map here.
We love some grubbies. You know, if one person can get dragged, you might as well get grubbies. But Viego's coming to take care of that real quick. They've only got one of the grubbies down so far.
That's in the area to help out 2v3 currently. They just want
Ari said, I'm
one,
coming.
if possible, but a hook
Bum,
comes
bum, bum,
down.
bum,
Left
bum.
Nate just going away. Answered well with the Aqua Prism. Kled going all in there, charging forward, trying to find something, but just gets their opponents to back out. So that was that. He sets a seed. Now 2 grubbies. They don't make an easy 3. Charm land. There's some damage onto homosexual. Gunny now looking for more. Spriggan dashing forward, trying to get onto Gunny. This Kled taking no damage. Homosexual does not get that execute. But Ari does go down. Buster shot not quite enough there.
Yeah, this
finish
Kled's
off
gonna be a monster this game. But that's Kled for you. Like I was saying, he's an absolute nuisance, no matter what.
And I
Poor
mean,
Ari.
last time Zyra's Zaddy's top lane opponent was a nuisance, and they were able to shut it down. Difference though being that this time there's a big like CS deficit and kill deficit already going down, so it's going to be much more difficult for Toaster to be successful. But they're going to have to try to figure out something here to shut down this Kled.
Yeah, and you know, with the Nasus, it's a little easier, just because they're basically just a big fat tank we need to take care of. With Kled, he's gonna kill you. Like, he does so much damage. So I think it's a little bit more difficult to take care of Kled. Kled isn't so one note that he's gonna be up there split pushing or just participating in team fights. He's gonna be really good at both of those. So no matter what he's doing, he's gonna be a big pain in the butt.
Spot lane. Looks like just taking this reset, so now back with fresh resources, and Lad also on the roam. They've spotted him though, so they're able to back way off. Nothing doing.
It's like, hold
Might
still,
be a time
please.
bomb. Oh. A zoning time bomb means that the hook lands. There's no flash available. Laugh like Nate just trying to get out of there. Ebb and Flow, a little bit of health. Ignite ticking down, and they get it over. Lad picking up that kill on Zillion. Good roam there, and they're not even going to lose any creep mid. They will lose a plate as Homosexual detonating an explosive charge on the mid turret.
Man, already having to use the ult to get out of that one.
It's a $500 skin on a rope there for Kled in the top lane.
$500 skin on a rope. The Rumble ult goes down. Not quite enough to slow Vladimir. Quite enough.
A lot of damage, which just means Homosexual is going to be able to pressure another plate. That's really all you need off of that. What is it? Equalizer. Off of the Equalizer. Just get a lot of damage down. Like, you stand on it just for a second, it continues to burn you. And wins a trade for free. And look at this, Lad.
Poor Lad.
Getting too close to the explosive shot. And
Poor
Ari.
Scarl!
Scarl dismounts. Kled does not. And now walking away from that one, another kill. 0-4 now. Spriggan put on a show on this Kled.
That's why we love watching Spriggan. He's so good. I'm Spriggan's #1 fan.
Trying to find a lane gank here in the bot lane. They don't know about him. Sneak his way here. Hook just wide. Wait for that to come back up.
Oh, they definitely saw him now.
Yeah, he's a little close. And now also a little close is Lad, which means you immediately met with that explosive charge. Now Gunny's here. Can they close the distance though is the question. Hook land.
They're going fishing.
Gunny picks it up, so that is important. Getting the kills on the right people here.
Getting us a rainbow trout.
First kill.
I miss fishing. My dad used to take us fishing in Pennsylvania every April. No, so mask for me.
Now it's Zyra's fishing for their second dragon.
Fishing for dragons, my favorite.
It must be the Chicago River.
Said we'll just get the grubbies again. That's gonna be our 6 grubbies.
All 6, and they have some serious pushing power. You got Tristana with 6 grubs. You have a Kled who is shaping up to be a split push monster here, and now with 6 grubs. So the only consolation prize is okay. We can get a free dragon #2.
Might have time to get down there.
Take it pretty quickly.
Yeah, that's gonna be
Brought up Machine Gun Kirby and Taco Loki, so they'll pick this up. But Taco's got to be careful back there. Seeker lands, but that's not Kite, so they can't do much fighting now.
Man, we've got over a 3,000 gold lead over on Smolder Snacks.
And a lot of that is in the mid lane. You've got doubling of the farm here for Homosexual. Lad, such a champ playing these supports. try to help enable the team, but falling a little bit behind. Equalizer comes down for Rumble, just a zoning equalizer though, so get out of my jungle. These are my chickens.
These are my chickens. Don't touch my chickens. Yeah, it would be really difficult going up against Tristana as Zillion in the mid lane because she's just hard shoving those minions into your turret, and you don't really have like abilities to clear minions, and you just have your Q, which is very, very delayed unless you cast it twice.
Yeah, and then you've cast it twice, so now you're vulnerable to the all-in. So it's a challenging matchup for Zillion. And now that they extra help here, they're trying to siege this down. So Laugh Like Nate has come up here, trying to quick pop this, but Gunny wants to go in and see if he has anything to say about it. There is that Zillion available, but Gunny has to go away. Flashing out of that mid-turret, first turret falling and going on the side of Smolder Stacks, who continues to build this lead.
What turret? That turret had basically disappeared at 2 minutes. Already trying to put the hurt down, but Cled's like, I don't believe in taking damage.
Cled, you get like this massive shield so frequently. Multiple times a fight. It is very, very difficult. It was completely belligerent when we had the Eclipse, and I forget the rune that would lower the item CDs. So you were seeing these Cleds with Scarl shields and then Eclipse shields, like just triggering over and over again.
Go, Spriggan, go. Go, Spriggan, go. Beat that $500 skin.
It's Rainbow, so Kaisa going Collector here. So this is the kind of build where you're trying to get the really, really quick Q evolve. Sometimes you'll just build the components of that Dirk and then get enough AD, but opting instead to finish the Collector off, but we'll have a lot of burst. Which kind of makes sense here. Which does make sense here because the team doesn't have a lot of hard CC to give her those plasma stacks, and so just being punchy with the auto attacks is going to be very useful here. But showing the hand early, it's going to be AD, not like hybrid Kaisa.
Yeah, I mean, they've got auto attack DPS from Tristana, so she can go a little punchy. Not Clegg going. I think I love Clegg most because he's such a psycho.
Is that his lore?
Yeah.
He's just a psychopath?
He's psycho, and he swears a lot too. He swears a lot.
Okay, well, I'm about to play me some ADC Cled just so I can hear this.
Yeah, just so you can hear the cussing.
Kirby wants to...
It said, leave our pink ward
Throw it
alone.
off. Does earn a flash for that.
Oh.
Taco looking to see if there's a rocket grab available. Rift Herald crashing into that lane, but they're ready to go. Equalizer comes down. Gets very little damage though. Cled charging forward here.
These guys got the escapes.
Disengage. So they get the Rift Herald hit, and they manage to disengage beautifully here. And win a little bit back. Just slow Smolder Snacks down. They've already now threatening a 2-2. Oh, goodbye.
It's like, I don't care about you, Vladimir. I'm just gonna shoot this tower. Then I'll kill you. Then I'll clear the wave, and then I'll kill you again. Ooh, that's done. Oh, cleansed.
Insta-cleanse. It is like homosexual knew exactly what they were doing here coming into this lane.
Oh, and that Kraken Slayer start, that stuff hurts. With that auto attack buff on Tristana, you're just proccing that lick at nothing.
Find the revenge kill.
Jaybird says, poor lad. Yeah, lad's being bullied a little bit.
But playing for the team. I mean, the thing is, you're not picking Zillion, you're not picking this lane to have like a Zillion carry. Like, trying to enable the rest of the team, specifically this Ahri and this Diago. So you can be low income. It's okay.
They got that Shrelias. They almost got a fully stacked tier. I was gonna find them in these team fights, and maybe we'll be golden. Teleport.
coming down here, so
That's a very scary Kled. Be careful.
Reagan gets away. The tidal wave used from Nami. Now Lad, oh, he's in the middle. The whole team has no ultimate available, so that's one down here. All 5 are there. Rocket Crab lands. Freaking separated. Not necessarily the target you want, but still available. For Scarl, still available. Now everyone just following up. One down. Taco Loki falls.
Bum, bum, bum,
And now they're
tower
going to the
dive.
tower dive. Charge comes down. There is a second kill. Everyone out. All 5 members of Smolder Snacks down here. They're looking for the tower. They're looking for the dragon. And they have gotten it all.
Just the craziness that is Kled's reset when he hops off of Scarl. Like, the aggression from the turret immediately targets somebody else. So he, instead of dying, he just kind of passes on the focus. He survives, and then just gets back on Scarl.
Gunny goes in, gets the kill onto this Rumble jungle, unfortunately, and then tries to steal the dragon as well. So just the heroics coming down, but the dragon not low enough when that started, so they do get it. But did find a kill and made a great attempt at securing that 3rd dragon for his team. Just came up a little short.
Yeah, Ari did try to attempt a split push over there. She got a good little chunk off that turret, but not quite as effective as maybe a tower dive and a turret and a dragon.
Yes, it was a lot. Did pick up a lot of farm for themselves though. So Toaster hopefully can finish up an item and feel like maybe they can play the game going forward, because it's tough to be in this position where your opponent's working on their 2nd item and you're yet to finish your 1st.
Poor Ari. I'd be crying right now.
Get on a rope, connects again. Dive forward here.
Tower dive.
Oh, runs away. Staying alive. And now Lad trying to help out.
Oh!
Flash.
No thanks. I'm just really excited to see Kaisa get an attack speed item and see her start to pop off. I mean, the rest of her team is already popping off, so that's asking a lot for me to just be like, oh, I wish everyone would be fed, but...
It's nice. I mean, you've got kind of the Kraken play from Tristana, so I understand wanting to kind of go more, not do the exact same thing, but Kraken is an excellent first item on Kaisa, as is Static Shiv as well. Kind of just open with that attack speed, get those plasma stacks, and just start detonating for some huge damage.
Oh, yeah. And this Navori Flicker Blade is such an interesting item.
Very good. I mean, Tristana's got the core here. Kraken Flicker Blade. Resets on resets on resets here. Permanent Q uptime already for that rapid fire attack speed. What's crazy is like you don't have to crit anymore to like get the effect, and so now you're seeing some kind of belligerent like top laners taking Navori just for the kind of CDR aspect of it.
Not the belligerence.
It is. Like
Look
when
at
Volibear
Tower
is
Dive,
going, you know something's
Bum, bum,
charging
bum, bum.
forward here. You know it's coming, Ari, but what you gonna do? Send homosexual on a rampage. Goodbye.
Just reset that turret aggro to the grubs and not take any more turret shots.
If you are Zyrazadis, you're going to have to try to find something to pick Gunny.
He's going
Now,
in!
Chance, all the kills are in the top side of the map right now. I just saw them. I want to charge forward, but Kaisa going forward themselves here, trying to do something with the stun land. Vladimir finding that double bomb onto Kaisa means that Gunny is able to secure another kill. Now the jungle is here. Rumble trying to find one. There's no more tricks left as Death by Noob takes it with that flame spitter.
And you know, Gunny had the right idea. Their bot lane is the only thing that's not scary. So if you're gonna catch the bot lane out by themselves, you better just go for it. That's your one chance of getting some extra kills here. But the rest of the team on Solar Snacks was like, we're here for our teammates, so you're not gonna just get away scot-free. And now we're gonna get Baron for it. The sound effects with these skins, I can't. Especially Kled. Ruff, 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 ruff.
Now, Baron secured. They're already up 9,000 gold. Can they? And we're gonna see what this Baron power play does. It could be a game-ending Baron if they play their cards right, or at least kind of a take everything in the enemy base. We'll see how aggressive Snack is with this Baron.
Yeah, I could see maybe the next couple tier 2s going down, maybe the mid turret, maybe the mid inhibitor at the most.
So Daddy's kind of pushing out as a team. I think they want to just try to kind of go for a fight here around this next dragon. Maybe something that they get on the dragons, and then they have a chance of perhaps a dragon win condition. But Gunny is a big part of that win condition, and Gunny has now been caught out, forced to flash, and so now with no HP, there's no fight available. Gunny
it seems like he's kind of just baiting them away from the lanes and being like, hey, maybe don't do what you want to do and just kind of chase me around a little bit, waste some time.
That is the thing, right? Like, you see this a lot where a team has this Baron, but they're not actually going to do anything with it because they want to prevent the opponent from getting Dragon. And so, your thought fight erupts.
So much action going on in all kinds of different corners. Comes Misfortune's second life, but she does not have the damage to take down anyone else on Smolder's Snacks. And Smolder gets Snacks, gets to go pick up a free dragon. None of them went down.
And that is just what 10,000 gold and $500 will buy you. Not $500, rather, will buy you. Because 10,000 gold is just a wallet dip at this point. And they take him out. There's not really much. Starzai is putting up a noble effort there to try to stand that
Going
drag.
all in.
And now
Cleanse
there
the
it
charm.
is. Explosive
He's
charge
burning. He's
goes
burning.
down.
He's
There is
burning.
Ignite. Homosexual. Ooh, shut down gold. The first kill going over 2 toasters. Scoring that one. Now they're using that Baron and the 6 grubs. 5 grubs to push in.
Oh, Clay gets pulled. Nami bubble. That was an amazing Nami bubble. You better live, Kled.
Prism for 3. Triple bubble. That's just what the doctor ordered, and he's out of there.
That was iconic. Play of the game. Period.
Triple bubble to save Scarl and Machine Gun Kirby. Oh, they just passed each other like ships in the night. Neither of them knew.
Passing like ships in the night. That just gives me trauma of Sea of Thieves because no one just passes in the night. It's bloodlust and murder if we pass each other. It's run for your life or lose it.
Life. Penny Hartman trying to go and will lose it. Rainbow has that fully evolved Acacian Rain. Dropping Gunny.
We still have another 2 minutes and 30 seconds till that next Baron, so they're not gonna be able to get a whole lot off of that, except for just a couple of turrets, maybe. Which, with those grubbies,
They have a lot of
they're free.
Irazadius is nowhere to be found there. Kind of the top side of the map here. That their base is tantalizingly open.
Gunny is just trying his damnedest to catch someone out and make a play happen, but it just is not working for him. They're just too capable of murdering him so fast, and he doesn't have anybody else to depend on right now. No one else is putting down the damage.
Yeah, I think perfect sense would probably be like a bullet time with a blitzcrank in the middle of it, just silencing all comers, and then having Gunny fight on top of the bullet time, essentially. And then you're safe for a little bit of time, but as soon as that expires, you're... it gets really tough. Homosexual now finding Machine Gun Kirby, Buster Shot. Oh! Checks the final auto, so it does not go through there. Grab going wide. Here, where is it? Oh, on to Gunny. They find the carry. And now the sights are set here on the rest of the team. Machine Gun Kirby.
We got 1 minute till Baron.
There's 2, a half HP here. Tristana going in has nothing to reset off of anymore. Jumping forward, flashing in, going all the way around the turret. Is there an out? The whole rest of the team now pinching in to try to help. 1 bomb, 2 bombs means your son. Homosexual though jumping away, can't get it.
You guys are in there a little deep. You're a little crazy.
Perhaps a
little cray-cray
here. Trying to siege down right before this goes.
Zanya's goes off. We're burning. Ride the wave. Gunny trying to make that play happen. So let me put down this damage, but that Kled's scary. Guys comes flying in. Godlike. Spriggan, godlike, never. I mean, always.
Pride Month?
Pride Month?
What a showing here from Smolder Snacks. It has been just wire to wire. They've never kind of let their foot off the gas pedal. They're always looking for one more play, one more hit onto a turret, one more plate. And now all the tier 2s are falling. Charging forward here is Kled and Skarl. Another.
That's a lot of damage going on.
Oh,
The
land.
shutdown!
Shutdown.
Cold.
Nice play there. Just get a little bit. Eyes getting a little bit more than they can chew off there, Skarl, as they took Kled a little deep.
That was 100% greed. That was absolute insanity.
Kled, I'm just imagining Kled. Like, was Kled calling that shot, or was Skarl the one leading that shot?
Oh, that was definitely Kled.
Skarl's like, what are we doing?
Kled's like, come here.
Well, now Homosexual's alone, having to use that Buster shot to get away. But you've got 3 members of the team here and a very fast Viego. Playing a little ring around the Rosie.
Don't give him too much space to jump away.
Goes unstoppable, goes forward. There's one now. Equalizer comes down, only hitting 1 target. Can you pilot Tristana, Gunny? Oh, but not against all of that burst from this Kaisa. At 1
Kaisa
HP,
Brian.
trying to stay. Loki will go ahead and pick that up. Okay, about as good as you can ask for from Zyra Zaddies in this spot, though. They kind of stymie any forward progress.
I think this means dragon
for
Snacks.
It's a dragon, but nothing else in their base. So they're kind of delaying the game a little bit more, but number 3 dragon. Nothing huge, though. Just the 3rd drag.
Just the 3rd one. Just the 3rd ocean dragon. My favorite dragon. What's your favorite dragon type?
You know, I think Infernal. The
Okay.
X.
You like the big
No. I like the Hextech dragon. Give me that like chain damage effect. That feels very satisfying.
Yeah, if I had to put them in order, I would say Ocean, Hextech, Infernal, and Earth. Or whatever it's called.
Chemtech?
Mountain and then Chemtech.
Oh, Mountain and Chemtech last. You don't like the resistances at, what is it, resistance below 50% HP?
It's meh. At least it's not crazy OP like the old Chemtech dragon. That was just busted. Is this gonna be the game closing Baron? I think it will be.
There's not. There's only a few targets left. One of them is Taco Loki on Blitzcrank. She's flashing away, trying to make them happen. Blitz and Crank just running Zillion to help. But it's a full send here. Charge from Kled, charge from Kaisa, trying to get something up. And 1 down. Rest of the team trying to stonewall here in the top lane, but is it going to be enough?
Ooh, let's speed up Ari as she's walking into the 5 people. Whee!
Go get him. All the time available for the wave clear if needed. They're all weeing forward.
Bullet time!
Yeah, Bullet time finds some good targets, clears it out on getting the Rumble Jungle there. Ooh, but Spriggan, this Skarl just going up too much. Skarl comes up. The resets on resets. Homosexual is just bouncing around. Goodbye, and now it is only these 2 left. Let's Crank. What are you going to do about it?
Those KDAs, pad those KDAs. Woo!
What a game.
That was a fun one.
Just Smolder's snacks the whole game. It was just play after play after play. The kills spread kind of evenly around to the whole team. Every lane was just playing very, very well. And this Rumble making things happen as well. That Equalizer doing a great job. Just kind of zoning, doing what it needed to do here. So well played, Smolder Snacks. 2-0 now, going in to try to make it 3-0 in the next round.
Who would you say was MVP for that game?
I mean, the problem, I'm going to go with the MVP, would be, the play of the game is the Nami triple bubble, but the MVP, I'm going to give it to Scarl for diving forward there.
100%.
Complete menace.
Kled was absolutely insane. Congratulations, Spriggan, on getting MVP once again. I feel like you get it every single time I watch you, but it's not my bias. He said it first. Spriggan did say in the chat a little bit ago, Scarl took over there when he dove in. Switching to spectate mode on this side, and then Abdusai 9 said best viewers on, and then it says star. So I don't know what that says. Their first time chatter. Thank you for chatting. I don't know what you just said, but I'm sure it was absolutely amazing and positively fabulous.
And then we're waiting for Kaisa's Kittens or Nyla's Naughties to meet Smolder Snacks in this third game. Wow. All right. One more to go.
Uno más. That's my extent of my Spanish. Well, it's not my full extent. I do know a significant amount of restaurant Spanish, simply because the restaurant that I work in, probably half the staff speaks Spanish, and then probably a third of the staff only speaks Spanish. So if you want to talk to them, you better learn some Spanish. So I know how to ask for things for the most part. That's just about it.
I have very, very broken Spanish. I studied it growing up, but you don't use it, you lose it. So
that's fair. You know, I did a college course in Spanish, and I learned next to nothing. I hated the course. It was awful. The grammar part was just so picky and dumb, and I would never use it in real life. But all the Spanish that I do know is basically from being like, okay, I need to like be able to ask this to people because I literally have to. So I would use Translate a lot, and then I would just practice saying it to like people that I work with. And if they look at me funny, then I'm like, okay, that wasn't right. And then I'm embarrassed, and then I'm like forced to basically figure it out correctly. I think the funniest moment I ever had trying to speak Spanish is I Google translated how to say sweet potato in Spanish. And when you Google translate it, it says batata, like potato almost, like potato, with like a B in the front, okay, batata. Sure. And when I said that, everyone on the cook line just looked at me all kinds of weird. And I was like, they're like, what? And I was like, how do you say sweet potato in Spanish? And what the funny thing was, every single one of those people on the line were from a different Spanish-speaking country. It was like Guatemala, Mexico, Cuba, like all from different ones. Yeah. So they all each individually had a different answer for how to say sweet potatoes. And they said, you know what? It's probably just best that you say sweet potato. It's like, okay, the English default is best for that situation.
Okay, so on the topic of kind of everyone having their own way of doing something, I saw how this Kaisa built last game, and it had me thinking of a question of, have you ever played like an off-meta build? Like, have you had a champion, and then if I was to click the tab screen, I'd be like, what is that person doing? Like, where did they Google this and find this like insane build? Did you ever experiment with that, or have you ever seen that before?
Well, first off, homosexual said, hi Chroma and stream. Hi homosexual.
Hello, homosexual.
Quirky builds that I've experimented with, like truly without trolling. I can only think of like way back when, like I'm talking like 10 years ago, I would play 6 Phantom Dancer Sivir.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, and that was strictly because I think I told the story before, but I'm going to tell it again. So back in that time, Sivir's W was a toggle, so it just always bounced as long as you had it turned on. It didn't really cost anything, so you could just always have it on. So I would just build as much attack speed as possible, and like I would just be, and there was no cap on attack speed at this point either. So I'd be attacking at 3.0 attack speed constantly while hitting the entire wave. And my entire team is like, help us, we're like losing the game. And I'm like in their base because I'm just like clearing waves so fast. And I won so many games just by backdooring while my team was like being slaughtered by themselves in team fights. So that was my go-to quirky build
Okay.
that I've done. What's
So you
yours?
would backdoor it. You wouldn't like death by 1,000 cuts or like the enemy team. You just
No, I would not
push
fight the
the
team at
sideline.
all. I would
Okay.
run around, especially because Phantom Dancer gave speed boost too. So I
Yeah.
would be moving at the speed of light. And just wee. Framework says back in that time, it says name the year, dox the age. It was probably 2012, 2011, somewhere around there. Because I remember playing it like in high school, and I graduated in 2012. So I mean, my age is no secret. I turned 30 in 9 days. I'll be gay retired. Framework says, "Wow, I was only 11 back then." I was only. I mean, back then I was only 14 or 15. It's not like I was old. Like old.
Game's been around
I
for
was
a
in
while.
high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's way back when. Man, I've been playing League of Legends for so long. What was your quirky build?
Well, okay, for me, I think it's just I like to build situationally, and so I've done a lot of kind of experimenting with making ADCs like a little bit tankier than like the one shot. So I liked playing like a little bit of like tank twitch was a thing for a hot minute.
What?
Yeah. Now, not like full tank Twitch, but like you'd go like Titanic Hydra and Runins, and you get that kind of synergy working, and that is a lot of damage to power, especially if you're building like some sort of a survivability item off the top of it. This was when, what is the item they just got rid of? There were two really good items, and they got rid of both of them for a little bit of armor, a little bit of HP, a little bit of armor, or a little bit of HP, a little bit of MR. So that was fun. And I still to this day will do that like on Callista. Like if the game is right and like the enemy is like all assassins and I cannot play the game, I'll be like, all right, I'm gonna go Titanic, Jack Show, Runin's Hurricane, Callista, and just face tank your damage and AoE your team down.
Okay.
So that's kind of what I like to do. I just played against a disgusting Jhin who because
Advanced
Runin.
plate.
No. They didn't go. They weren't tank. I mean, because Jhin has the most AD in the game, right? So they took the fact that Runin's Hurricanes got changed, and it no longer has the on-hit passive. It has an on-hit, but it used to be on-hit like just magic damage. Now it has the on-hit effect is a % of your AD. So they went Runin's, they went Infinity Edge first because that's great on Jhin, and then Runin's Hurricane, which just seems so troll. And then after that, they just built like as much AD as you could. Like Yuntal was next, so you've got Runin's, and Yuntal also the passive is a % of your AD that it's now burning you for. So it's just like double dipping on this % AD on Jhin, the highest AD champ in the game, and doesn't need attack speed. So or any attack speed you get gets converted to more AD. So you just basically buy as much AD as you can, and you go like Runin's Hurricane, Infinity Edge, and just like completely. But then they closed it out with a freaking Titanic Hydra, and so it felt like a shotgun would hit your face. They would just like auto attack you, Runin's Hurricane, and that procs all the Titanic hits, and your whole team would die immediately, like in one clip, 4 shots. And tanks were getting destroyed by this thing. I was crazy. So. I was like, is this a real thing? And I saw I'm assuming they're getting it from some of the pro players online. So
yeah, probably.
there are like you go on like Lollytics and you can see like a small subset of people are buying Runin's Hurricane on Jhin right now. So I'm curious if that'll pick up traction. Yeah. So if you're listening, go try it because it was disgusting to play against. And then I booted up a custom game and I was like, this is this might be legit. I mean, it feels very, very strong.
I don't see why it wouldn't be. I mean, like you said, the attack speed does convert into AD, so you could build it. It's not gonna hurt, especially if you're getting a percentage AD on the on-hit proc. Like, sounds like it's worth it to me. Forget rapid fire cannon, just go Runons. Yeah, Death by Noob says, I love you, Sam.
Oh, thank you, Death.
You have a #1 fan. And then after Framework was talking about age and how he was only 11, Laugh Like Nate says, fuck all the way off, both of you. LOL. And Framework said, there's nothing wrong with being old. I listened to some Madonna songs.
Oh, no.
Oh, God. Laugh Like Nate said, the absolute worst. LOL.
Oh, no.
You know, I missed the Madonna age. Like, Madonna was not somebody that I listened to growing up, nor was she popular, really. I think I heard a little bit of Madonna on, like, Now That's What I Call Music 3 and 4, and that's like when I was, like, really little. But at that point, it was, like, Britney, Christina Aguilera,
Yeah.
like, Rihanna. Like, Madonna wasn't really big as I was growing up. So I missed that era. So I'm not that old. The only reason why I know the song Vogue so well... What's that?
I said for 9 more days.
For 9 more days, and then I'll be ancient. Because that's how that works in the gay world.
Yeah.
The only reason why I know Vogue so well is because we did the song Vogue in my show choir in high school, and we had this very, very awesome dance. Like, I'm talking, this dance was probably, like professional grade. Like, it could be, like, on a TV show. People would be like, wow. Like, we had this really cool thing where, like, half of us were, like, rolling on the ground, and the other half were, like, doing these certain hand motions where it looked like like this robotic separating machine, and we all came back together. And of course we had the classic voguing. It was really great. I loved that. My choir teacher at the time was very invested in, like, that era of music all the way back to, like, the 20s. We almost never did anything that was, like, current or popular, except for maybe, like, one, because we kind of demanded it. Also, a funny story, my choir director did not like me. She hated me. This is throwback. Yeah, imagine somebody hating okay. There are some people in the world who hate me for certain reasons, but it's very likely that you're going to hate me unless we've had a very close relationship and something just kind of happened. But this woman, we were perfectly fine, like freshman, sophomore year, and then junior year, I was in the school musical, and I was also working a part-time job, and we had, like, rehearsals coming up, and I let her know, like, 2 weeks ahead of time. I was like, hey, like, I'm gonna be working these days, so I won't be able to make these rehearsals, which was happening with a lot of people, because a lot of people have lives outside of that. And I don't know if she just was having a really bad day or what. She just snapped. She was like, I am so sick and tired of working with these unprofessional high school students, not prioritizing this and blah, 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 blah. And I'm just, like, sitting there in shock, like, what is happening? And she's just screaming at me because I have to go work in 2 weeks. And after that point, it was so obvious that she hated me that the whole, like, choir, like, not just school, not just show choir, all of the choir classes were like, yeah, she hates you. And then she kicked me out of that show. Yeah, she straight up was like, you're not welcome on my show anymore. Not because of that specifically, but because this was the time of MySpace, and I posted a blog on MySpace. I didn't say anything bad about her, nothing bad at all. I quoted what she said to me. I was like, this is what she said. And I was like, this is my experience. I didn't say, like, fuck her or what, all this crazy stuff. I was just like, this is what happened. And some stupid person in my choir class and in the show printed out the blog, handed it to her. She read it, pulled me in the principal's office, and was like, you're not in my show anymore. It's like, I literally turned to the principal, was like, did I do anything wrong? He's like, well, you didn't say anything wrong necessarily, but it is her show, so she gets to decide if you get to be in it or not. And I was like, okay.
That was like the most 2010s ending of a story I've ever heard. That was
Yeah, that was the time period. Oh, Taco Loki says, wellness checkpoint, unclench thy jaws and drink water. Okay, that is all. You know what, I do have water here. I should start drinking that instead of the coffee. You're right. I should do that. It is 9:30. We need to stop drinking the coffee. We have the energy already. We're good. And Framework said they kind of gagged you a bit, huh? Yes. Yes. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
fine. Is there any chance there's going to be a CMSA eSports flash mob in the future? Because that dance you were describing sounds.
If I can just recall all the dance moves, I'll just reteach it to the entire CMSA squad and we'll have a flash mob.
And I think I could do the rolling on the floor part. I think
Perfect. You know, we could put you behind them in the very last row. You know, just like stick out like way back there. I couldn't because
not to stick out in this dance, hence the rolling on the floor.
That's fair, because I think the back row literally had their hands like straight up in the air and were just flicking their wrists like back and forth to the beat. So you doing that, it would just be protruding out of the mechanism.
And I can start practicing the flicking of the wrist with my swirling of the coffee. So I'll be ready to go for game
It
time.
all comes back around, full circle. It's all about the flick of the wrist. They are loading in now. Let's see, whose team is this? We got Durjanoon, Mars,
Naughties has taken it. Beaten
Nyla's
Tyson.
Naughties?
Nyla's Naughties, that's what is on the bracket page. So they should be loading in. Yep, they've got Dirge, Mars, Medeo, Gamer Grill, and Rosen.
Not Girl, Grill. We're all welcome to the barbecue. Wait, wasn't Gamer Grill in last week's games in Ruby?
Last week's games in Pearl.
We're following Pearl right now. Last week was Ruby.
Last week
so
was Pearl.
They're playing in both.
I think last week we casted Pearl. We had I am Will, and
last week was also
Vladimir
Pearl.
Last week. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. So we're not doing it right. My bad. Okay. In my defense, I did confirm with Vladimir beforehand. I was like, oh yeah, so it's like a normal week following Pearl, and he says, yeah. I was like, okay. Yeah.
Perfect.
I mean, it's whatever. I mean, we'll follow Ruby next week.
And then we'll have Ruby, and then Invitational Pearl, and then Invitational Ruby. So we'll kind of get down the every other week mix.
Yeah. It wasn't a purposeful bias. It just happened this way.
You saw Spriggan on the docket and was like, we're going to watch.
It's like, well, I have to watch Spriggan. I'm so excited to watch the second game of Spriggan. This is game 3, the last game, but it's the second Spriggan game. Love me some Spriggan. I'm going to get a t-shirt that says #1 Spriggan fan. I'm sure they're out there too, because there's a creature called Spriggan in Final Fantasy, and I'm pretty sure there is in some other like animes and stuff like that. So I'm sure there's some things out there that say #1 fan Spriggan or something like that, or #1 Spriggan fan. Dirge says, do we have side select or you? That's a great question. I forgot that they do that. I figured it was just kind of like, oh, you guys just load in, whoever gets which side first gets that side. Man, now telling that story, I'm thinking about how much I miss MySpace. You know what, my song on MySpace? Oh, I loved MySpace. I freaking love MySpace.
Did you have like one of those like highly curated like top friends?
Well, so I didn't have a ton of drama with my top friends. Although my girlfriend in high school, who wasn't my girlfriend the whole time, but she was a girlfriend for a small portion of it. She got a little sensitive sometimes about where she was in top 8. Not necessarily during our relationship, but in general, because she was like my best friend before we were dating, like after we were, because I like came out like right after we broke out. So, but we were still like good friends. So she was a little sensitive sometimes if I didn't keep her like in a certain spot on top 8 or whatever. But I was definitely the kind of person who I was going through the HTML, I was customizing my backgrounds, I was changing the music depending on my mood and what my life was doing in the moment, and updating profile pictures, and putting custom CSS code so I could have built-in, like, you know what I'm talking about. Like, all that fun stuff was built into my profile. I loved it. You know, back in that day, we were all coding. We were all learning HTML.
Yeah,
Spriggan says this for MySpace.
My first foray into like web development was through MySpace.
Back when we were just all going to these websites that were giving our computers viruses, copying, pasting code, sticking it into our profiles. My song that I had on my profile for the longest time was "Bet on It" with Zac Efron from High School Musical 2. That was like my life song. Like, it was my representative song about my entire life, all about like everyone can bet on me. I'm gonna make it through. I have goals. Still love that song. I just don't listen to it every day like I used to. It was that, and then there was this one song. It was "Here in Your Arms" by somebody. Let me look it up actually. "Here in Your Arms" by Hello Goodbye. And that was my song on MySpace for so long because my high school crush, Cody, like played that song and was like really into that song for a minute. And so I just automatically associated that song with him. And it would just like make me emotional like every time I heard it. So like I would just put it on my MySpace, and every time I went to my profile, I'd just be like, I wish he liked me back. I told him about this crush eventually, like way after we graduated high school and stuff. So it's not, if he was watching this, it's not like embarrassing or anything, but it was still cute. All right, time to play some League. We're gonna ban Master Yi first pick. Oh, got banned first. Oh, that's right. We're not gonna have Gunny in this game, so no reason to ban Master Yi.
Here.
Are we just gonna ban out Spriggan? Is that what's gonna happen?
And after that last performance, I would be pushing for that for sure.
They banned Kled immediately.
I don't want to play against Kled. I don't know anyone who does.
Yup. No Kaisa. Which is interesting. I would think they would just go for the Tristana ban after that game.
Doubt is the greatest enemy.
No Master
Hashtag
Yi.
ban Yi.
It's gonna be the last one.
Your worst decisions will
No
haunt you.
Morgana. Are we gonna grab a Tristana again? Tristana mid? If I recall correctly, we've seen a lot of homosexual play Tristana in the mid lane. Looks like they're thinking about going Vigar though.
Right.
A little AP in the mid lane. Vigar is somebody that I used to play so much, and I got so good with him that I actually got tired of winning so much. So I stopped playing him because I was like, this is kind of boring, that this is just so simple to win. I played him in a tournament, and I won the entire tournament with him. We went undefeated. Got Emilio and a Brand, so that's likely going to be Brand mid, maybe Brand jungle.
Yeah, that's the thing about Brand. You can definitely flex him into either of those roles. Could even go support, but Emilio Lockdeath's taken off the table. So Nami here once again for Laugh Like Nate.
You know, Wukong. I'm assuming it's going to go in the jungle. I mean, you can play Wukong topside. It's just not the best.
Wouldn't put anything past Spriggan though.
That's true. We've seen him go Alistar top.
Oh, a Jhin, here we go.
They heard you. They're going to go Infinity Edge into the
Rapid Fire Cannon? No, not Rapid Fire Cannon.
No, not the other one. Runeon's Hurricane. I was like, it starts with an R. What is it?
Although Rapid Fire Cannon, the more traditional item.
I mean, who doesn't like extended range on your fourth shot?
Especially with Emilio. We're going to be shooting from downtown.
From the base. Wow.
If I want your opinion, I'll beat it out of you.
How dare you ban our masculine lesbian during Pride Month? Well, I don't know if she's necessarily masculine. She just got a masculine haircut. be whatever she wants to be. It's Pride Month, damn it. No Kog'Maw.
Life is too short for
No
fear.
Alawi is always a good ban right now. Alawi is just so good in the top side. I'm surprised that they're banning on this side, because I've seen Spriggan do some pretty crazy Alawi. But then again, Spriggan could be going Wukong, so maybe they're just like, you know what, let's just take that off the table. So it's going to be a Mordekaiser in the top lane. Lucian.
That is a strong combination in the bot lane.
Mm-hmm.
One
Come on,
of the
pro play combo.
absolute strongest.
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
And I'm excited too because I like what this team has done. Okay.
Yeah. So Talia jungle, Wukong top is what my best guess is here.
Yeah, that's sort of the way I'm leaning as well.
Yeah, I think everyone just kind of picked for themselves this time. Talia is somebody that I wish I was good at. Like, I do really like her kit. I'm just absolutely miserable at landing her knockup. Oh, that's a bully bear. This game just got a lot more difficult.
Wow. I mean, great. I like both these teams, honestly. I don't know that I can really make a prediction here. I really like what both these teams have put together. The team fights are going to be so explosive. You've got this big, beefy frontline Mordekaiser volley. I mean, and then the Death Realm to kind of take any of these pieces of Smolder Snacks away. And then Jin can play so safe at a massive range with Melio. Brand is going to be bouncing around the ultimate inside of Smolder Snacks. I mean, this is a really scary team that Nihilus Naughties has drafted, but I can say the same thing about Smolder Snacks. Wukong can get in there and just wreak havoc. Talia can peel really well against the Mordekaiser volley. Obviously, Lucian Nami is going to be a menace in lane. The infinite stacking of this Veigar that homosexuals going to be piloting. I am really excited for this game 3. I think we've got a good one ready to go.
I agree. Like, I could definitely see it going either way very clearly. Like, there's no, like, hey, this one's definitely going to win, or this one's going to win because of this. They definitely have some specific win conditions on both sides. I kind of sort of lean a little bit towards Smolder Snacks. No, not Smolder Snacks. Is that Kaisa's Kittens? Is that who the other team is?
Nihilus Naughties.
Nihilus Naughties. I'm leaning towards Nihilus Naughties a little bit, just because we know how much of a problem Volibear can be. Volibear is a massive frontliner who does tons of damage and is just an absolute nuisance to deal with. You're going to need multiple people to take care of him. The same can be said for Mordekaiser. So those are two really big juggernauts to have to deal with. You have massive AoE damage with Brand, which is going to be like pretty easy to line up if you have two juggernauts in there basically forcing everyone to kind of cluster and run away and kind of like try and navigate those fights. And then Emilio being that, hey, let's keep our juggernauts alive and peel for my Jin. And Jin just doing massive damage, which their team over on Smolder Snacks is not very tanky. So I could see Jin's autos blowing them up pretty hard. If Brand gets a good combo off on one of those people, they're going to be taken out of the fight very quickly. So I see the damage being higher in team fights and a little bit scarier on the side of Nihilus Naughties. However, on Smolder Snacks, the individual carries are scarier. Veigar's damage is going to be higher the later you get into the game. He's going to be able to take care of Jin, Brand, Melio, just like they're nothing if he can catch them. Lucian, of course, can explode somebody like crazy, especially if he's got the Nami Eep attached to him. Talia, I have seen carry games all by herself because she can just absolutely explode just about anybody. I don't think she's going to be able to explode Volibear this game, but anybody else, if she gets ahead, they're toast. So if they get some really ahead carries over on Smolder Snacks, easy win for them. They don't really have a tank on Smolder Snacks. They have the Wukong engages, which could be beneficial for them in the sense of they do need some kind of engage in order to make those fights happen. But I could also see how the Wukong dives to the backline could be detrimental because you've got Volibear and Mordekaiser just basically running at your backline now because Wukong is basically abandoned the backline by diving in to make the engage, which I think we saw last week. We saw the Wukong dives all the way to the back. I think it was Wukong or somebody else. I think it was Wukong. So I hope I don't see that happen. It is Spriggan, so I know he's a very smart player, so I hope that we don't see the dive to the backline and abandon your team to the Juggernauts. But it's a very high possibility. So, like I said, I slightly lean towards neither's naughtiest. But I do think it's like a pretty 50-50 game.
So what I hear you saying is you think that Spriggan is going to lose this game, and that's what you're hoping to happen.
No, I think Spriggan's gonna be the deciding factor in this game, and he's gonna be smart and win it for him.
Well, this loading screen is not moving like the other two loading screens, so I'm a little disappointed. So if someone else could get that Ari
no
skin,
$500 skin.
I'd appreciate it.
Yeah.
Or if someone wants to gift that Ari skin to me, I'd appreciate that too.
Yeah, where's Daddy NR? Or N, whatever it was. Objective timers, scoreboard. We don't need time controls. Minimize that. Move everyone around. No one's getting double support items this game, I hope. Jungle volley. That goes to the middle there. That goes to the top.
Welcome to Summoner's
Okay,
Rift.
everyone is where they should be. Oh, are we invading? Are we gonna invade?
30 seconds until minions
Nope, we're not
spawn.
invading.
Getting close. It's not gonna happen though.
Homosexual wants some free stacks. Come here. I guess neither team really has a great invading comp. Nami Bubble is basically the only CC they could potentially have at the beginning. But she likely wanted to prioritize the ebb and flow.
Yeah.
Minions have spawned.
So no action, but no double supports. Maybe that'll be my feedback for next season. I'll say in the pre-week announcements to make sure you're only buying one support item.
Never too
Have
old to
that be
learn
what
something
Zangy
new.
or Gunny says to everybody.
And then it's also a requirement that you invade.
That would be, oh yes, of course.
For the stream!
We would see a great draft. Every draft would include like Braum.
Ram, Morgana, Lux.
Oh god,
Just right off the
Blitzcrank.
bat.
It'd actually
Blitzcrank,
just be all support.
Thresh. Yeah, all the supports.
Just the grabby ones. Is Rainbow, I'm excited to see, is Rainbow and Laugh Like Nate and this Lucian Nami, can they put on the pressure? I feel like anytime you pick a lane like this, that is just historically strong, the onus is on you to like, you gotta show it off now. Like let's see the kills, let's see the pressure.
I'm interested to see how Wukong handles the sustain that is Mordekaiser when Wukong itself does not have any built-in sustain.
Wukong is one of those top laners.
Conqueror.
You have to be, you gotta be tricky with ability usage to try to just keep your HP up, because there's not the innate sustain. Can be very strong, I mean you're getting good levels and farm potentially in the top lane, but the 1v1 is Mordekaiser. Marsh, he's gonna be a challenge.
Ooh, got the early gank.
Gank.
Baby cage. Run! I almost feel like Wukong would have been nice to maybe grab like fleet footwork, just to kind of have that sustain. I don't think grass would have been necessary here, but fleet footwork would have been cool.
An interesting tech into like a lane like this, just for a little bit of sustain. I do know the along this tree, the new, I'm gonna forget the name of it, that new room that lets you get a little HP whenever you kill a minion is quite strong. They've buffed it significantly. Medeo turning back on the Nami here. Which is what you want. You don't want to get pinned under the turret in this Lucian Nami where you're just being forced to farm, but there will be a fight here.
Ooh, you don't want to get that
little
close to Leah.
scuttle.
You don't want to be in melee range with the Volibear.
Friggin' coming to help.
Getting some support.
3v2 here. Where's not
Ooh,
moving
catching
yet.
the stun. Passive going off. She's burning. Oh, Comet almost takes her out. She's healing. Oh, that was a close one.
Send her back. Oh my goodness. No death. First blood still on the table here. What a fight over that first scuttle. Wants to give anything away here. Early, but it does mean that Nyla's Eyes will secure that double scuttle, so it's a little paying off here early.
Love a good double scuttle. That's the one thing I hate about jungling is I never am able to get the scuttles. They always turn into a fight, I always lose the fight, and I lose 2 scuttles. Brandon's like, leave me alone, I just want to live. He's getting sent back quite early, and he's already 6 minions behind.
Does have a teleport, does have a big wave crashing, so can make that up a little bit.
That Comet is being brutal.
Refillable potion to Rose and Brand. Just brutal in general here, especially with the ring tier start. But I mean, homosexual. He's charging up, getting the
charging up.
Needs. No charge though this game. I like that we had 2 charges last game. The super charge the Kaisa and the charge on Scar.
Charge.
Charge.
Volibear's coming in for a gank. Just kidding. Kong said we can fight now. This is the thing about Lucian as well, and why I don't play Lucian. It's because this always happens, where I have 0 mana after 1 combo, and I spend the rest of the lane just auto-attacking minions.
Yeah, you do have to find the takes, and you can't waste a whole lot of it. For sure, you've got to be so smart. However, in situations like this, it makes a lot of sense to kind of crash a cannon wave. They're not going to push out very quickly. Then you can get a base end.
Brand
Now,
is
one
rotating.
thing they do need to worry about is this Brand. Rosen coming down. They're a light in this stun. Oh, but dashing away is Rainbow. But look at all the follow-up damage. First blood going on to Medeo. Pick that one up. And they're looking for more on the opposite side of the map here. Death by Noob trying to kite away. Gamer real huge on this Volibear. Mars, what a minute on this one.
Oh, they're being surrounded.
3v2. Event Horizon comes down. Gamer Grill gonna fall. There's 2 kills. They completely turn around. Great collapse there by Smolder Snacks. And they'll call out for this dragon to be started. There is no smite here though.
Juggernaut's not juggernauting yet. They can't quite 2v3. Oh, Blaine played the fart noise twice, but I didn't play the sound. I swear I didn't do that. I don't know why I stopped playing. But thank you for the bits.
Dragon traded for this. All 3 of the grubbies, although Gamer Girl trying to get there just a little late. So here we are, 7 minutes, 10k for both sides. No big advantages. Dragon on one side and the grubs on the other. But you did get 1 grub. What am I saying? 1 grub secured? Yes, 1 grub secured by Gamer Grill in there.
Oh, grubbo. Badu.
Yeah, they've been doing a great job of neutralizing this Lucian Nami just by the push. They're forcing this Lucian to match the push with mana, and that by attacking Lucian's mana pool, it really just made him so he can't really play the game and be aggressive. So working out for Nyla's Naughties here. DeRozan finding that stun onto Homosexual. Ulting as well, but the burn's not gonna be enough. In the top lane now, Mars getting all in by Spriggan. Cycloned to death there. So Wukong coming up. I didn't see how the start of that worked, if there was a turret shot involved or if it was just all Spriggan, because Spriggan very healthy after that.
Right? Said, I don't need sustain, I'll just kill you. Well, they do have the refillable potion, so I'm sure that was probably going off while that fight was going on. So you are not tower diving by Vigar. Oh, but he's gonna do it anyways.
Event Horizon gets the stun off. Flash, though, is enough to secure a kill. So big dive from Gamer Grill, and now starting to do a little counter jungling. Right in there, Volibear. How is it every game with Volibear? Always such a menace.
Told you, he's OP.
Talia, you don't want to find that. Pushing the bear away. And now just trying to kite back to the safety of mid-turret.
As long as she can keep her distance, she wins that fight.
Tethering well here, Spriggan now arriving. Riding here with that Weaver's Wall to cut off the escape route, but now you're walking into Mordekaiser, Realm of Death.
Oh, she's dodge, duck, dip, diving, and dodging.
Keeping the HP up here, Mars. Coming out of the Death Realm, still relatively healthy, and they'll just back off. So great jukes there, as you call out, by Death by Noob.
Sexual trying really hard to land these event horizons on the Brand, but Brand is just kind of standing in them and being like, here, catch my combo.
Now with conflagration.
Ooh, skinny.
How dare you get close to the wave? You just set it alight and then conflagrate, and you just take free chip damage every single wave.
Whoa.
Here it is. Comet raining down.
I need zombie Brand skin, and I need the spam taunt. They are not being nice to Mars.
Mars yoinked away from her tower. Now trying to go back to the base here.
Mars just wants to play League of Legends. Let her play.
No teleport available, but
that's a whole lot of damage
teammates
coming
have
down.
arrived here. Aqua Prism not finding the mark, but the tidal wave knock up enough to secure the CC needed. And now these next Void Grubs kind of all leaning towards Smolder Stacks, so bringing up the support paying off here.
Yeah, if we can get 5 grubbies over Smolder Stacks, that'd be great. Yeah, Brand was like, I'm Brand. I'm just going to go in and push R, try to get my combo on. If I'm going to die, it's fine. I'll do a punch damage. The thing is, with being Brand this early, your ult does basically nothing. It is basically just to proc that passive. If you don't have your passive ready to proc on just about everybody, it's not going to do a whole lot. Gotta finish off that Shadow Flame. Not Shadow Flame. The Black Torch. And get maybe like a Rylai's, and at that point, then your ult is at like level 11, and then you can blow everybody up. I play a lot of Brand.
And it's such a strong champion.
So
that.
good.
That is a combo that is just gonna shred everyone. And they tanks too. Like, it just is unbelievable the amount of AoE damage that can go through. And you have choices, like, do you want Rylai's? Do you want to like help the team with utility? You see the dragon going down here. Number 2 now for Isla. So again, I saw this all 3 games where one team's kind of stacking the dragons, one team's going for the grubs.
And that's how you gotta do it.
First
It's
turret.
really difficult to get all of them. So settle for half. I don't know how I feel about the Infernal Dragon dropping those little kindling gem things. Like, they're cute, I guess, but
Yeah.
I don't love the whole collect them all, lose them all mechanic thing.
As a former Bard player, it just brings joy to click them all.
Ooh, you were caught
But now
between
we've
2
got-
juggernauts.
Yeah, 2 juggernauts clicking
Whack.
on Spriggan here, and Spriggan Cyclone is not going to be enough. That Stormbringer direct hit. Oh, there is Rainbow going right forward there, forcing the flash out of Medeo.
Almost on point.
But
Curtain
call.
call.
Up. Get some hits, not enough to secure a kill, but traded back plenty of damage. Means the HP lead now.
Brandon's like, ooh,
shifting to
fire.
Nyla's naughty. Another little portion of damage. So is Rainbow. This Lucian's so low here. Struggling under turret. I was wondering if they're gonna try to bait it. Like, it's like you probably have Infinity Edge complete if you're Jhin, but you also have a super low lane opponent. So looking to try to score a kill.
Ooh, Vigar maybe getting caught out here.
Oh, Rolling Thunder. Getting that stun down. Forced to just walk away.
You can flash in, but you're not gonna be able to get out. Stay in this event horizon.
It feels like it's Dragon Fight, but instead it's just Gamer Grill saying, I am Volibear, and I'm coming for you. 3 in the bot lane trying to run away. Burning Flash.
Brand just wants to ult so bad.
Almost see him. Click, 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 click.
Oh, he did
Can't
just
work, though.
ult.
Pyroclasm. Yeah, not available. Just got like a single target then, I guess. Well. Whole lot of flashes, but no real kills. And a very close game. A little bit of a lead here for Smolder Snacks in the early game, but honestly, with these teams, it can go either way still. These two.
This Juggernaut is
They keep
trying to get this Wukong.
He's tricky though, it's freaking tricky. Cyclone going in, trying to turn it.
Yeah, come on in.
Leah here. Just tethering, keeping the distance here, trying to kite forward into Gamer Grill, turned around. Stormbreaker going in, lots of damage though returned. And even with a numbers deficit, these two Juggernauts are doing what they do best, killing on finding another target, but eventually they do go down. So good patience there for Smolder Snacks. Ooh, Lucian.
Smolder Snacks.
Does not have a lot of HP, but Nami's there, or Emilio's there to help him out. That's a Rosen under fire. Just everyone under attack right now in all lanes.
So Rosen playing Brand under fire. Groundbreaking. He's burning. He's burning.
One Octopus enemy dead. Yeah.
Ride the wave.
Tidal wave comes down. Culling doesn't find his
Emilio's
mark.
like, I don't take damage. That's something I do with Emilio is I usually max my heal first. And then I go into my shields rather than like some people will go for the Q for like the extra damage, just like clear waves or whatever. Oh, that's a big.
There is Pyroclasm coming down right away. Flashed, burned, but does manage to score the kill. But have a Korean lurking about in the river, but not going to go for anything.
Fresh grilled mermaid for lunch today.
Worrying about trying to keep that turtle alive, but just didn't have it. The HP was there, the mana was there. Didn't want to risk anything.
Wukong is building into the basically full damage build on the Wukong, starting out with the Eclipse. So I could see him basically just going for the pick potential, diving into the backline to get rid of those carries. I do think it's still going to be a struggle without a tank, especially as these Juggernauts start to get some items. Right now they're doing a good job of catching out those Juggernauts and making sure they don't do too crazy, but
yes, this is exactly what they want to do. They're opting into this more damage-focused build, and that means that these little 2v2s, 3v3s are going to go their way. If they're keeping the game in chaos, if they're not having these big proper 5v5 team fights, they've got the advantage, and now for the first time, they've got a little bit of a lead that they're carving out, and they managed to come back and stop that dragon stacking here. So Smolder Snacks on the board for a dragon.
Wow. Oh, curtain call on the Nami. Oh, but the wave hit him from downfield.
Only 2 shots there. Jhin does not like that number. Sexual.
Oh, poor Mars.
On to Mars.
Vigar does have ult. Whack.
There it is. Homosexual
Didn't even
goes
need
on
the
that
ult.
stream.
So I'm just gonna stack off you with my Q.
It's like stacked with that and stacking on the items, both Rod of Ages and Archangels. And Rod of Ages in the process of stacking, Archangel's already fully stacked, but here's Wukong, Cyclone coming in. The Monkey King can't find anything, flashed away immediately by Medeo.
Didn't quite have the ultimate off the cooldown just yet. Otherwise,
it
yeah,
wasn't
probably would've closed him
available,
out.
yeah.
Yeah, I do think that now there's Naughties will benefit more from the team fights here. So if they continue to group up, they could gain the advantage. Mordekaiser is getting pulled away by that Vigar split push, though. Oh, don't abandon your Volibear. You gotta go help him. Ooh, that was some rough decision making over on now there's Naughty's part. They separated the team and let the Volibear handle them 1v2. Archangel saves the Vigar. Not for long, though, it seems. Are you long for this world? He has ult up. No, he doesn't. Just kidding.
Oh, DeRozan, are you long for this world? As Spriggan comes and explodes the brand. Doesn't matter if you're low HP when you cannot be seen.
Spriggan is out for blood.
Yeah, Spriggan putting on another show here. 5 kills, going full lethality on this Wukong, just being a menace in these little fights, and all over the map. Has been bot lane, mid lane, back to the top.
I'm curious on what now those Naughties can do here, because it seems like they just kind of have to like let the top lane just get obliterated by this Vigar split push, because they need these full 5 team fights to be effective. They need that Juggernaut front line in order to have these effective team fights, but they just keep getting split up in different directions and caught out, and that's really detrimental for them, because once that happens, then you're screwed until basically your team all respawns.
Yeah, if I'm in this game, I'm telling my team take a deep breath and to get vision. Like, it's going to start with vision, control the kind of neutral, like control the river, because what you need to have happen right now is Jhin and Melio, or Brand and Melio, or something. Someone's got to push in mid, keep mid pushed in, to try and like, because that's your small advantage, is that Jhin and Melio are kind of outperforming this Lucian Nami slightly. So wherever they're at, push them in, and then maybe you can rotate or at least cover like Mars on the top lane while Mordekaiser's getting their farm numbers back up, and try to prevent like these picks from happening. And then if your side laners are pushing, then you can collapse this 5 on an objective. Or you can catch someone out like this here, as they're trying to do their ball opens up, and doesn't find the mark, but Gamer Grill is going to be close, jumping forward there with that Stormbringer is going to mean that Lucian is going to fall. So this is the kind of picks you want to find to get that Nyla's Naughties needs to get
Had
back
to use
the game.
everything to get it.
Yeah, and then in the opposite side, without that control of their own jungle. But Mars, okay, Death Realm, saving Mars temporarily here. Is it Spriggan that needs saving, or Mars that needs saving? The answer is Mars, as I know, taking him down. But they're continuing to push on the bot lane, so this is great. Showing this chaos here, they know where the strong members are. Dirge, getting a little close.
Good shield.
Oh, Dirge, though, saving their life. And
they're getting the bot side, but losing the top side.
Tier 2 tower, though, pushing the game along a little bit more. Teleport coming down. Brand is there trying to find the last HP of Spriggan, but here on screen, Medeo and this Volibear doing so much. They're continuing to push in the bot lane. Now it's only Death by Noob that can hold. We'll have the wave clear, though, so they won't go all the way.
Oh, and in the chat, Highlights converted from a Prime sub to a Tier 1 sub. Thank you so much.
Homosexual is doing so much damage to this beggar. He is just so incredibly stacked with all of the items choices, with the excellent farming numbers that he's putting up. Like,
oh
what
yeah,
a
that
game.
is so much farm at this point in the game.
Okay, now you feel like there is a fight brewing here for this dragon. Nyla's Eyes would love to get this so they can go on to so point. They know about Death by Noob, so here could be a quick pick here. One scored. So they are without Mars in the top lane, going to start the push. Gamer Grill trying to stay, force the
I go
Stormbreaker
this
out
way.
here. Now they'll start up this Dragon. Spriggan going right in, cycloning onto the back line. Going to be followed by that tidal wave, and that means that one is going to go down. Spriggan trying to continue the chase here. Persian Medea 1-2 kite, using that kick to get away, but it's just not enough. Shutdown goes. Now Mordekaiser's right, but you are walking into 1v4 Mars. Goes into the death realm, so it is a fight continues. It is just Mars v Spriggan, and gets the shutdown, 500 gold, and then we'll come out though, and then it looks like that this could be a dragon.
Ooh.
Oh, and they find Melio kind of en passant there. Dirge getting a little too close.
Ooh, Brandon, I don't think you're gonna have enough damage. That Seraph's Embrace, Lasagnas.
Oh, Zroza knew. They're getting away from this one.
Oh. I was like, wait,
Dragon
Talia's on their
number
team.
2. Talia taking that wall all the way in. Dragon will be scored.
Wukong doesn't necessarily need to be a tank if you're just gonna base dive in, kill everything, and just be absolutely sustained by those ebb and flows. Those Nami ebb and flows where it's like, oh, he's at like 30% health, now he's at 60% health. Like, it was quite intense. Every single one of those ebb and flows was a big game changer in those fights.
And, oh, I agree 100%. What is that item that Nami has? I feel like I don't see that one built
Red
off.
team's turret has been
Imperial
Next
Mandate?
no, next to Imperial Mandate. Next to the shoes, I guess.
Dreammaker?
Anchor. This is new.
Yeah, healing or shielding another ally blows dream bubbles to them, empowering them for 3 seconds. Their next incoming damage is reduced by 150, and their next hit deals 100 bonus magic damage.
Dreammaker. Okay, well, laugh like Nate. Letting his team make some dreams, and they're dreaming of 3-0 right now with a big lead, or probably the largest lead of the game. And that is for Smolder Snacks. Large,
Looking
no
for
small
this
part.
Wukong.
Again, there's a trying to turn a 1v2. Smolder coming down. Quite enough. Oh, Death by Nova Rise just blows up Gamer Grill, and now they're able to turn Mars. It was unfortunate the Death Realm came out and kind of saved the damage from being up, but there has been a continuation here as Dirge has been caught out as well. Everything going right for Smolder Snacks. They're all over the end of the jungle of Nyla's Naughties.
Oh, you know what? Volibear opted to go completely full damage. Sundered Sky, Black Cleaver, Tiamat, into Murktreads. I think that was very detrimental to their team. They really needed someone tankier.
been destroyed.
I feel like if Volibear would have went like the off-tank build, he would have been fine. Because right now he's just getting obliterated by that Wukong. But you know, it's League of Legends. It's a game. It happens. I just realized that build. That's why I was like, oh, that's why he's dying so fast.
Home of Sexual is terrifying here. 204 farm.
Oh, yeah.
All kinds of problems here for Nyla's
stacks are they
Naughties.
They are at 298 stacks. Just a measly 300 AP.
And the final tier 2 falls, and they've got supers to work with at the top, and it kind of feels like Nyla's Naughties entering desperation mode, trying to go in here. Gamer Girl going right in with Stormbreaker, but not a lot of damage. Her call opens up, only a few in a cone. Cyclone trying to stop that. Doesn't get a whole lot accomplished, but now he's on the back line. And Dirge just able to get away, but a big team fight win for Smolder Snacks. They're just continuing
to close out the game.
Members down for Nyla's Naughties. You only lost to Leah there. I mean, it's the whole base, if not the game. You still have 20 seconds on the death timers. You minions, oh, and you've got the Voidlings. They're looking for it. First Nexus turret at half, second Nexus turret at half. Now,
oh boy, this is it.
More members, game number 3. They're trying to close it out. Gamer Grill is up, but tidal wave find its mark, and Smolder Snacks in convincing fashion. They run away with it. What
I didn't
a
expect that game to
game!
be closed out so quick.
They got ahead. I think that was the thing. I think we both thought it could be close. But then if one team got pulled away, I mean, it was going to be closing out, and that is exactly what Smolder Snacks did. Very well executed to end that game in 28 minutes there.
Yeah, I mean, like we were saying, you're like, oh, you think Spriggan's gonna lose? No, I think Spriggan's gonna be smart, and he was. He didn't pull what I've seen happen with many Wukongs. He wasn't just diving into the backline in team fights. He chose to rotate with the Talia and get picks, and that was their entire strategy the entire time, was just find people out, kill them, and then go get an objective. Find people out, kill them, get an objective, and like there wasn't really a challenge for them because Mars was the only one building any kind of armor into the Wukong and the Lucian, and they were just so behind, they just couldn't keep up with all that damage. And then Volibear was putting down a ton of damage, but because they were building so much damage, they were just able to out damage him so quickly, and things just spiraled out of control. And I think Spriggan did an amazing job, like focusing that whole game, instead of letting it just turn into the casual team fight on team fight, turning it into a strategic pick and get objective, pick, get objective. But I think their whole team did amazing. Like there was amazing plays by Talia. Vigar had like a amazing CS, so much stacks. Nami heals were basically the key component in making sure Wukong didn't die in those team fights that did happen. And then Lucian is 6-2. Like he was obviously putting down some serious damage in those fights. They all did amazing. But if you had to pick one, who do you think the MVP would be?
Oh, I think I do have a choice here, and it's the kill participation. 21 out of 28 kills. There were kills happening all over the map, and to be a part of so many of those kills, homosexual was everywhere. And they picked these greedy rune choices for strike, rod of and items with rod of ages and archangels. They played to stack, but even while they were stacking, they started getting kills. And the game all the kills, all the CC, the control was flowing through homosexual on Veigar, and that was just a menace that now Lazati just could not answer. My pick for MVP is homosexual on Veigar.
I'm gonna agree with you. I mean, he doubled most of people's damage. 21-0 KDA, an absolute like farming monster, absolute murderer against all the champions. So yeah, let's go with homosexual. Congratulations, homosexual, on Vigar for MVP for Game 3. Psyhero7 said, my team, Vigar's Vixens, won 2 out of 3 games. Yay! Woohoo!
Congratulations, Psyhero.
Congratulations. Oh my goodness. That's it. That's week 8. So next week is week 9, which is going to be technically
Ruby.
the last week, which will be Ruby.
Yep.
And then we'll have invitationals, which will be Pearl first, I believe, and then Ruby the next week. So we've technically got 3 more weeks. And then he said that the next season started in July, like the end of July?
End of July, that's
September?
right. Yep. End
So
of
we
July.
probably only have 1, maybe 2 weeks off. You know what? We deserve vacation. Where are we going for vacation? Do you want to go to the Keys? You want to go to Fire Island?
Fabulous.
Perfect. So you'll catch Sam and I in the middle of July on our vacation in some kind of exotic, very gay vacation destination.
I'll have
Well,
my bow time.
Yeah, I mean, that's all I've got. Anything from you, Sam, for final closing statements?
No, as always, guys, thanks for watching. Be kind to one another.
Yeah, do that. Slay. Happy Pride Month. See you guys next week for the technical final week of CMSA's Recreational League of Legends League. Bye, everybody.